It's not great. It's a webcam, but like it's
it's
better than
fine.
the studio display one.
That's true.
My editor was like, I can set up like the Canon. I'm like, no, I don't care. It's not like this is an important podcast, so just whatever.
Exactly. You remember how they just kind of got away with this for like 12 years? Little baby guy.
Did you just pick something up from your like the nearest object and make the whole intro about that?
I can do a different one. You remember how this fell off my Panasonic like 6 years ago and I've never put it back on?
Okay, Quinn Nelson, everybody.
You remember how I'm a
Snazzy
gamer
Labs.
and I have the
Nope,
cool
Sam, you're gone.
Xbox controller?
We're removing Sam from the screen. Hi, Quinn. Welcome
Hello,
back to the
how's it
show.
going?
Genius Bar with John Prosser, just me.
Hey, you know what? You're the big name, so
Yeah. I mean, what is an
Sorry,
update
Sam.
anyway?
Sorry.
Surprised you remember who Sam
Bro,
is.
this podcast has just been people shitting on me for 2 weeks straight, and I can't take it no more.
Sam, I
But-
think you're great. You have really nice looking AirPods Max.
Oh, thanks, man.
Wow, look at that. And that's coming from Quinn, of all people.
Where are your guys' AirPods Max?
Dead
Mine are right here.
somewhere under the bed, I think.
Mine are
Under the bed.
right here, and they're not dead. They're charged.
Oh,
don't have
I
to
told
plug in
you
the
you-
stupid cable to...
Ever since I got the AirPods Pro 2, not using them.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. I like them. They sound good, but they're just too big, and my battery sucks. I don't put them back in the little case because that
In the
thing
bra?
is
Put 'em in the
stupid.
case.
But
You gotta
no
put
one
'em.
does. But they drain too fast. Their standby's like 2 weeks. So when I'm like, oh, I'm going to use the AirPods Max, I go to grab them and they're
No,
dead.
you're not.
Yeah.
The pros are really good, though. Not even gonna lie. The Pro
Very
2.
good. The new ones are fantastic. Yeah.
I wish that I could wear them. I'm
What
so
I
sad.
what I can't stand is the cord that comes with the like. Why? The least
the
they could have
cord-
done is braid that thing. I know
The
that.
cord is horrible.
I know it's
for the
basically
Maxes.
magic, whatever. But also, it's what $40-$50,
Yeah.
and
It's bad.
it's super thin and terrible. It's not braided, and the least they could have done was braid it for $550 headphones.
Yeah. And you better charge them before you use the cord.
Yeah, that is
There-
insane that there's no
There
passive.
have been multiple podcasts where Sam's headphones died.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll happen. It'll happen.
Do you think we're gonna get like a second gen Max? Because I've been seeing them become more and more popular, like in the influencer space.
Yeah. I
Dude.
see them around my neighborhood. Like there's people
Whoa.
jogging and they've got them on. I'm like, weird choice.
God,
yeah,
they're so
that's
heavy.
weird.
They're I went like probably a year without ever seeing them. And I think now that they've been on sale a few times and you can pick them up on, you can get them for $350-$400 occasionally. I think that's a more realistic price than the 500 they launched at. And yeah, they're good headphones. I think they could change the tuning a little bit. I think that the AirPods Pro 2, the sound profile is better. So if they copied that and then they maybe made they need to put a power switch on it because just it's not that magic when you put them on and you're like, wow, they're on. Like no one says that. What they say is, wow, they're dead or they're not working. And so put a power switch on. A little button never hurt anyone. And then maybe support passive audio for the weirdos that use them wired, which is an application that a lot of people are using them for. Because most people that are buying $400 headphones are nerds like you that want to do
Sam.
stuff like this. Yeah. So, and then other than that, they need to make them lighter. They're too heavy.
Yes, I agree.
I wish they had like a plastic version because they have a bunch of condensation issues. Have you either of you had that?
I have not, and I've like taken. I looked
Yours
a
aren't made
decent
of
amount.
water, so
I was gonna say
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
sweat.
Yeah.
That's also the reason, that's why I don't jog really because they're so heavy. So that's why I have gotten rid of jogging out of my daily routine.
So what you're
No,
saying
I've-
is you have sweated, just not wearing the AirPods Max.
And not in like the last year. Yeah,
Sweated or while wearing the AirPods Max?
both.
I would love to see a plastic version of these because I went for a walk with these one time and I was like,
Too heavy.
It's a little,
Yeah.
it's like too much. But no, I really, and then okay, so the mesh on the top has gotten weaker. So now like the metal bar just rests on my head.
Not very comfy either, huh?
Yeah.
So it's fine and it doesn't bother me. But now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, damn, there's just be metal.
Is it just the
sitting on
shape of
my-
your skull? Is your skull?
No.
unusually
I've heard
pointy?
from
Just points right through the mesh.
Actually, that's actually a really good transition to the first thing I want to talk about today.
No. This could go
so
so many ways.
So it's going exactly where you think it's going.
Oh,
I don't think that it is.
Oh, it is. So
Quinn, would you like to leave the podcast now before he says what he's about to say?
So you know Nothing, the company that made the Lighty Up phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know
They're
Nothing.
they're like Apple sucks, and then they just did a worse version of every Android phone. Basically, it was very weird. Anyway, I was on Twitter today. Could you share my screen, please?
Yeah.
And I just want to show you.
Except you're showing
video.
a phone screen right now. Is that what you're trying?
Yes. This
Okay,
is what
just
I wanna
trying
show.
to make sure before I ruin
thank you.
everything.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I just want to show you guys what I saw on Twitter today, and I just want to tell me what your first thought is.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Who did
what's
that?
What's the first thing you think of
who
when
let
you
them
see
do
that
that?
video?
White. The hood's not white, so
Eh.
Bro,
Okay, so this happens every time, Quinn.
stop. You're gonna bully me. I know.
Yes,
you're
Sam shows-
the audio listeners.
Sam shows something on the show and doesn't describe it for the majority of the audience, which is on
Right.
audio. I don't want to take the liberties of describing this. Sam, would you like to describe what we just saw for the audio listeners? I would like to sit this one out.
Bro, Nothing just tweeted this video of this just
What is
show
it
the
supposed to
frame.
be?
I don't know. But it's got a white body.
Yeah.
And it has a really pointy hood.
The
So I
only
watched
thing
this.
from stopping that from being a clan member is the green hat.
Yeah.
No, it still is.
The hood is
So-
green. The hood is green. It looks
So-
like the cone of a spaceship, but rather than white, which would result in some problems, it's green. But then you take the bottom half of a clan member and it's the same.
So dude, they put me stick because it's their new ear stick. I still don't know what that product is, to be clear. And they said as a baby, and then I tweeted, why does he look like a clan member? And they deleted the tweet.
I was gonna say, tell me the tweet's not still up. There's no way the tweet's still up.
I canceled them, but here's how I know that they don't actually care. They only cared about the feedback and how they were perceived.
It's up elsewhere.
Because guess what happens if you go to TikTok?
Oh, it's still there.
Look at what the video is. Hold on.
No content. It's literally
That's the
nothing.
wrong- That's the
They don't
wrong
have
Nothing.
at nothing? Is this them?
Yeah, it's still
dude, look.
there. Carl,
So it's-
come on, man.
This is what showed me. Like, I don't know. This is just the most pathetic, corporate response ever. Because it's like, oh, we got canceled on Twitter, but we didn't get canceled on TikTok yet, so we'll leave it up. And I'm like, no, you just posted a KKK member, bro. You can't do that.
So I have talked a lot with Carl. Disclosure, I like Carl. This is
No, I'm sure Carl's cool.
I don't like this. I don't know what he was. I wish I knew what it was trying to be before.
What? But what is that? What is this? This is why you've only now sold 1 million products over 2 years, bro. It's because you're posting clan members.
Hey, they sold more Nothing phones than
I
we sold
actually
Genius
don't.
Bombers.
I don't think that's the problem, to be honest with you.
They sold more than our bombers. That's all we need to know.
I don't know. Quinn, what do you think about the Nothing phone? Because I was really, really excited for it, and then it was just a worse Android instead of an actual compelling alternative.
Well, I like that the ringtones sound like Kim Possible. That's pretty cool.
End the show. That's it.
There's some lights on it, which can be fun. Android, I actually do like that old Android phones had notification LEDs. And then
Yes.
they got rid of them because that was not sleek and aesthetic. And then Nothing kind of brought it back. And here's the thing. I think that Nothing is like red cameras, where tech YouTubers are like, this is cool. Finally, it's something different in the space. And everyone's like, they just put some lights on it. I don't think that's not what I care about. So I like the effort, but I don't think that they, here's the thing about Carl.
Oh boy.
I don't know him. I'm sure he's a great bloke. But one of the reasons that he exhibited success with OnePlus was that OnePlus was consistently, up until the end, a good value And that's mostly why it was popular. They had good OS support. They updated their phones. They had unlocked bootloaders, which nerds liked, and they were cheap. So that was a recipe for success amongst the niche that OnePlus was successful. And OnePlus wasn't, successful in mass until kind of more semi-recently, ironically, now that they are not doing what the fans of OnePlus originally sought after. So the Nothing phone is not cheap. The specs are not fantastic for what it is. And the cameras are not very good.
But the backlight's up.
Yeah, so Carl's going to sell it to the Carl fans and to the people that are OnePlus fans. And I'm sure they do some cool stuff, but I just look at it as a primarily Apple user who had a very long stint using Android phones. And I'm like, that's not going to make me want to come back. I think that there are other companies that are doing cooler stuff.
Well, speaking of Nothing, Sam, you want to pull up frontpagetech.com?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Already on it, bro.
Is
Nothing
your website
is.
down? Just kidding.
No, it's up. Thank you very
Did
much.
you get it?
They're going to bring the Nothing Phone 2, or at least a new phone from Nothing, whatever they call it, to the U.S. At least that's the plan. But Carl, in the interview with CNBC, said that it's not coming soon. So there's no real word as to when it's coming, but when it comes, it's coming to the U.S., and they specifically name-dropped Apple.
Don't do that, though.
Yeah, well, they want to name drop Apple because Apple's too dominant and iOS is too dominant, and Carl is going to fix it.
Nope.
I
think those first two statements are correct. I think the third one is not.
Do you think any that helps them in any way coming to the US? Tens more people buy the phone.
Yeah, no, I think they'll take market share away from other Android handset makers, but Apple is just dominating in the US and more and more and more, especially in the premium market. I mean, it's ironic because you look at Apple from the outside, and they're killing it. Their earnings are fantastic. You look inside the community in our little bubble in Twitter and on YouTube, and a lot of reviewers are like, the iPhone 14 is boring, and the iPhone 13 was boring, and Apple's not really doing anything. And that's kind of true, but they are doing something, and that's selling a lot of phones and getting a lot of people that have held out, that have been Android users forever and ever and ever, finally switching over and going, you know what? This actually makes a lot of sense now. And it's not kind of cool to be a holdout like it used to be.
Yeah.
Now most people are like, just get an iPhone because it's better. Yeah. And they are, unfortunately. So... Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, listen, I also like that somebody's trying to do something different. I'm just frustrated. Yeah. Here's the thing. And I think I've talked about this before. Carl is like, the iPhone is restrictive. Apple is not doing anything for the customer. And it's like, okay, then build your own thing. And they're like, no, we will continue to use Android. And I'm like, then you're not going to, I just don't know what... My thing is, if you want to draw Apple users away, just doing Android slightly different than every other of the 4 million Android phones is not going to do anything. You need to make something actually unique and compelling.
You are asking for Elon. You want Elon to come in and be the savior of the day.
Phone.
Once
I
again,
want a Tesla phone.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is there were a lot of incumbents into the smartphone space. Palm, BlackBerry. Windows had a stint there for a while. Huge corporations with massive that knew how to swing stuff around and get stuff done with money and with market share, and they blew it, and they couldn't compete, and that was 10 years ago before the smartphone market was mature. So unfortunately, as far as I see it, we're stuck with the duopoly. There's not going to be a third market entrant that's going to take the world by storm because they're not going to get support for apps and third-party development that they need to really get up and go, unless the whole world decides to switch to PWAs, which isn't going to happen on mobile. So I think that Android is... you can strip Android down really, 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 really far. And as long as you've still got the ability to offer Google Play services, which are necessary for your survival, you can do a lot of stuff with Android. The problem is, and this is something that happens every single time there's a phone that tries to go outside the box, where you've got Samsung making foldable phones with weird aspect ratios and multitasking capabilities, is the more you try to make something different, the more the whole of Android doesn't adopt to that, because there's already so many devices that developers have to support on different architectures and all this stuff, that you add one more kind of thing into the mix and you're not going to get very strong third-party support, which ultimately means that the experience isn't that good, which ultimately makes the iPhone continue to kind of just dominate. Is Apple is slow to do stuff. And so let's take foldables, for example. There's pretty strong rumors, and have been for years, that they're working on one. I don't know if it'll ever see the light of day. I hope it does, because I'm a big foldables enthusiast. But when they do it, they're going to do it right. And they're going to be able to launch it. And there's going to be a bunch of nerds that are willing to spend $2,000 for it or whatever. They'll get developer support, and it'll just dominate, because they have to support 5 devices rather than 5 million. And so I just don't really know how you compete on an aesthetic standpoint. And that's why you look at Android in developing countries and it's kicking butt, because from a value proposition standpoint, Android is awesome. It's just not going to get people that want to spend $2,000 on a phone.
Also, have you tried any of other Nothing stuff? Like, have you tried the Nothing Ear?
I have not. I have heard not very good things from friends of mine. So.
If I know I'm not your friend, but add me to the list somewhere. It's not good.
Yeah, no. Okay.
You tried it?
It's really not good.
I'll put you in the column next to friends, like acquaintances.
Friend adjacent,
online personalities.
So you describe yourself as a foldables enthusiast, Quinn?
Yeah, I love foldables. Foldables are great. I think they're still in their
You've
kind
hurt
of
Sam
infancy.
personally.
Yeah.
Deep down.
I know. Well, Sam's always been a hater of them. Here's the thing, Sam.
Sam's also
have you
frequently
used
wrong.
a foldable device like full time for like a couple months?
No, I have not.
Exactly. So shut up. Just kidding.
No, bro. It's
here's the thing. I
can't use it for 2 minutes, Quinn.
I owned a Z Fold 2, a Flip 3, a Flip 4. And they're just a lot of fun. Now, a lot of people will say, oh, well, it's just a novelty. It doesn't actually do anything. It's just a gimmick. What's the dynamic island? What's all everything's a gimmick.
Quinn!
The dynamic island is a gimmick. It is no different than a folding screen. And actually, I think it's even worse. But here's the thing. When you add functionality to a device, be it through new software features or new hardware features, and you have the ability to support it in software and in hardware, it can be a very, very nice experience. I think the problem with foldables is that they're still a little too thick, but we're working on that. The displays are still a little fragile, although they're not anywhere near as fragile as people think they are. I've posted videos in the past chucking my Flip and my Fold across the room. I've been slamming stuff into the screen. They're fine. They're durable. And it's because the devices are mostly closed. So
you going to get the Pixel Fold?
No, but they'll send it to me because they send one to everyone. No, actually, I think that will be if Google does it, and if the hardware is compelling, I think that might be the first kind of like, see, this is what foldables can be. Because even though
you've seen it, right?
Yeah, I have on front page check, baby. Even though their software their software support is pretty weak compared to Apple's, it's way better than what Samsung can pull off. Just because, again, kind of that first party integration with the OS, and so. I think once we see a really good execution of a foldable, Sam will finally be like, okay, that's pretty cool. I get it. It's a little stupid island that expands and contracts, but better.
Someone needs to start saving all the clips of Sam shitting on foldables now, so that when the Apple Foldable comes out.
He totally will. We've seen it before.
Thank you for saying, ladies and gentlemen, hi. Thank you for coming to this court. I almost pulled my pants down and you got me so worked up. Okay, here's the thing. Okay, now you can't even see me. Hold on, this is not going to work. Okay, Everybody on Twitter. When Apple does it, though, you'll be on the little foldable. No, I won't be. I won't be anywhere near it. In fact, I never want Apple to do a foldable because foldables don't actually do anything.
Sam, will you make a stand here on Genius
a
Bar?
Bigger screen.
Will you say publicly that when Apple comes out with it, you will not spend your Sam dollars on it? You will not buy one?
No, I will try it.
There it is. You have left the door open now to be like, I tried it and it's great.
But I don't anticipate at all that I will enjoy it, nor do I want it. I don't want Apple to do this. I don't see them doing this. If I know Apple, I don't see foldable. I straight up, I don't see it. I don't think it's happening.
Do you see AR goggles or a car?
Yeah.
I don't know why you'd see a car. That's still the weirdest thing to me.
Dude, the car is 100% happening. It makes so much sense.
No, it doesn't. No one makes money making cars. Cars are stupid. Tesla, there's one company that makes good money making cars, and that's Tesla. That's it.
And they don't even make money
Apple's
from the
another
cars.
tech company. Apple pretty good at the number game.
Yeah, but they're not going to go build a factory. They're going to go to like Hyundai and be like, hey, buddy, can you make our car?
I don't know. I mean,
Foxconn makes their phones,
initially.
like TSMC makes their chips. Apple's not going to build a factory. And I think unless you're willing to do that and have that insane vertical integration like Tesla has, and everyone thought Tesla was stupid and was like, this is not going to work because it frankly wasn't going to, but then it did. That's why everyone's trying to copy them now. But I don't know. The car business is a sucky business. Have you ever heard that like GM makes like $1,500 on every car they sell?
It's that bad.
$1,500. It's that bad.
That's a lot of work.
Apple makes more selling a laptop.
Bro, we make more.
I was gonna say. We make more per episode right now on Genius Bar. I don't know what's happening.
Those are some good margins.
More lucrative than GM. Just saying.
Invest, guys. Invest while we're in our IPO, pre-IPO.
Invest in Genius Bar.
Well, okay. I guess Quinn and I disagree on that. But okay, the dynamic island. I want to focus on this.
Oh yeah, you heard us.
I have seen so many people say it's overrated, it's mid, it doesn't actually do anything, and I completely disagree.
Does anyone actually say mid except for you, Sam? Does anyone actually unironically say that?
Not any. He hit me with the not anymore, bro. Listen, I use this thing every day. I smile when I look at it. It
so
is
do I.
Genuinely. It's genuinely so much fun. It is the most fun I've ever had on my iPhone, is with the dynamic island.
Ever?
Yes.
What do you mean
Is
fun?
this your
Like,
first
are you
iPhone?
fucking like?
No.
Oh, beak and a bump. I wish
what do you
you
mean
had. I wish
fun
you had
with dynamic
experienced 3D touch. If you think that's fun,
Bro,
Dude, the best feature in the world.
3D touch should come back, to be clear. We all agree on that?
Oh,
yeah.
100%.
yeah.
Yeah, 3D touch was amazing.
Best feature.
And also, one of the few Apple features that they added before Android, and Android never copied, which I thought was interesting.
3D touch.
Because they can't afford it.
Yeah, probably.
Apple can't afford it.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
dude,
They can't.
The dynamic island, I've seen people say there's no app that makes it worth it. Checkmate, buddy.
I'm
got
not
your
saying
ass.
that. I think there's apps that make it worth it. For example, Flighty.
I was just going to show that. Look.
Yeah, see, there's your one example. That's the only one. Just kidding. No, Flighty is
That's
cool.
the
When
only
you're
one.
in the airport, when you're walking around, up at the top, it shows your gate number and it shows the time before you're going to take off. That's kind of handy. There are other
amazing.
instances. Yeah, there are other instances where I'm like, this is neat. But see, look at what you're showing right now. That's just a live activity on the lock.
Because my phone locked, Quinn. Because
But
I
that's
just
what I'm
showed the other
saying.
instance,
Is I'm not
Quinn.
saying it's cute, it's cool, but it's not like, oh my gosh, I couldn't live without this. Swiping my finger down to the lock screen, can't do it anymore. Nope.
No, dude,
it's
I wouldn't
nice.
ever
It's
go
a good
back.
feature.
I wouldn't ever go back.
Neither would I, but it's iterative. It's a small thing. It's not like it's changing your life. Is it
You
a
wouldn't
quality of life
ever go
improvement?
back, Sam? What
Yeah,
are you saying,
Changed my
dude?
life. It's changed my life.
And when you get it,
genuinely.
and
I
when
love
you
it.
get a foldable iPhone, which
I was
you
just
will,
gonna say.
we know you're gonna buy one. You might not go, oh, this is the best thing since touch it. No, but you might go, you know what? I like it, and I'm not going to go back to a regular iPhone because that's the poor people
There's
iPhone.
no
And we all
way,
know
Quinn.
with your $500
There's
headphones
no
on that you
way.
buy the
You
rich
can't
play
boy
this
things.
game,
You
Sam. You
can't
can't-
use the cheap products.
You can't say the most fun you've ever had is with Dynamic Island, and then also
Yes, it
say
is.
that you won't like a foldable.
Oh, dude, have you ever? It's so when you touch the island and it goes.
Yes.
You know that?
Yeah.
Imagine being able to do that, but in real life. Oh,
Yeah.
and it goes, and then you
It's
open it and it goes.
stupid. It's actually I don't want a tablet.
Yeah,
I don't want to carry around a tablet.
we'll
That's
see.
why I hate the iPad Mini.
Don't you fucking
No, you
get
hate
off
the
right
iPad
now.
Mini
Screen?
because of its jelly screen and it's 60 hertz.
I mean that, and
That's why you hate it.
Quinn,
And the software
Quinn,
sucks.
not you too. Everybody settle down.
Oh, I love my iPad Mini. I use it every week, but every time I look at it, I
every
think,
week,
this
like
is
once a
not-
week.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you do on your iPad Mini?
I specifically use it for church.
Okay.
That's pretty much it because
Wait,
I
what?
don't want to
So
use
if
my
it's
phone
good, if
because
it's
I'll
good
kill my
enough for the
batteries.
Lord,
But I don't
people.
want to. Yeah, exactly. But I don't want to be like with my iPad Pro, like, hello. No, I want a nice small iPad that I can keep
You know
little
what?
notes
Fair.
on, and it's good. But every time I turn it on and I open the lock screen, I'm like, oh yeah, this seems broken. It's too refresh
No.
rate's bad. Jelly
Incorrect.
when you scroll, and it's like, oh, and I have to leave it on light mode
Incorrect.
because dark mode is so bad.
Yeah, I agree. I agree, Quinn. The
But it's
jelly
purple,
scroll is a
and I
it's
like
an
that.
actual deal. It's purple, and I like
Yeah.
that. Ladies and gentlemen, Quinn Nelson. It's purple, and he likes it.
And I
Just like my
also
shirt.
think that the base model iPad is a pretty good iPad. How about that?
You
Wait,
don't
the
think
new?
that the Wi-Fi whatever is too slow for everybody all the time?
I think
No
all Apple
controversy?
devices have problems except for their Macs. Every single
The
time I
Macs are
use an
perfect.
Apple device, I'm like, this seems slow.
And
And then I use a
wait.
Pixel phone, and once it opens Chrome after 4 seconds, I'm like, look at the speed test results.
Quinn,
So
to be
quick.
clear, you're talking about this iPad on screen right now?
The 10th generation iPad. Yep, that one. It's
You think-
overpriced.
you said that's-
but it's a good iPad.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, okay,
Now-
what do you think about the
Am I
accessory?
going to use
though?
it?
'Cause-
No.
Yeah,
but-
I know. The Magic Keyboard Folio thoughts?
It's a really, really good. Here's the thing. That's not the form factor that I prefer because you need a lot of like real estate. Like if you were on an airplane and you had that iPad, you would have trouble. Like you wouldn't be able to fit it on the tray table. Whereas on the Magic Keyboard and the thing floats, you totally could. And you can actually use the Magic Keyboard on your lap. You can't with this. With that said, the key feel on this new keyboard is perfect. It is way better than the Magic Keyboard. Way better. Way better. The travel's better. The springiness of the keys is better. The key stability is better. It's a fantastic keyboard. The trackpad's the same, which is to say quite good. And although I wish it was haptic, I think they'll do that eventually. But I don't like that it's springboardy steel. That feels old. Because now that all the trackpads on MacBooks are so like positionally agnostic, they don't care where your finger is. It clicks no matter what because of the haptic motors. Anytime I go back to like an anchored touchpad and I click at the top, I'm like, it broken. What happening? And I feel that with all the iPad keyboards. But they'll put a little motor in there. If they're putting a motor up by the volume and power keys to turn the phone on next year, come on, put a little one in the keyboard. You charge $400 for it.
You okay, Sam? Why'd you sit back for that one? Are you a
The
contrarian?
Magic Keyboard Folio is my least favorite Apple accessory they've ever made.
Ever?
Okay, why?
Worse than the MagSafe battery pack, which I also hate.
I was just gonna
well,
say.
we agree in that regard.
Yeah.
Quinn,
Uh-huh.
you can't possibly think that.
Oh, I do though.
No, but you're okay.
I
You
made
know
a
that-
very long video about it, and
I
people
know you
people
did.
will go back and watch it, and they're like, "This hasn't aged so good, does it? It charges at 7.5 watts now." I'm like, "No, it still sucks.
It doesn't suck.
It does.
It does.
No,
The shear force is bad. It wiggles around too much because the magnets are they're the strongest magnets they can put in there, but they're still not strong enough.
I
And
wiggle
it
around too
gets
much,
too
and y'all
hot.
keep me.
It gets too hot, and you have to leave it on there all the time.
Gets too hot. Are
Yeah.
you on drugs?
No. For the weirdos that use those battery cases, you know the battery cases that they used to
You
make.
know the guy.
Yeah.
It's kind of like John Prosser.
Yeah, those cases. If you liked those cases, you are going to love the MagSafe battery pack.
I did use those cases actually.
Exactly. So if you're used to a
I also
bulky,
do you remember the HTC
goofy
Thunderbolt
phone? Yeah,
where you could buy the extended battery?
that was sweet.
Yeah, that was awesome. And it
That
still
LG?
only went like 3 hours.
Yeah, Moto did that with their Moto mods. They made one. It's the thinnest phone. I think it's one of the thinnest phones ever made. I think Oppo has the thinnest, but it's the second thinnest. It's called the Moto Z. Oh crap, Moto Z Prime or something. I should go get it. I have it still because it's like a display piece. You hold that phone even today in 2022, and you're like, this is impossible. This isn't a phone. Like,
This is impossible.
It's like it's half the thickness of an iPhone 14. It's
Sam,
so
you've got to
good.
pull up the HTC
But the battery
Thunderbolt on
lasted
the
for
screen.
like 2 seconds. So
What
you
is
had to
it
buy the
called?
Moto mod that would slap a battery on the back, and then it was huge.
What is
HTC
it?
Thunderbolt. It was the first 4G phone for Verizon.
Let me see what this Moto Z was called.
No. Why you got to look it up on Wikipedia, dude? I'm trying to show a picture.
We're trying to learn.
Look up with battery.
This is like.
Dude, it had a kickstand on it. It was awesome. This is
horrendous.
No, dude. Look up the battery
This is
pack.
who you
Look
guys
up the
watch
battery
and
pack.
like
Look
this.
it up.
Look. That was the battery
Sam.
pack.
No, it's not. Trust me, it's not. With battery. Yeah, sure. With batter. Look at that, dude. Oh, it's so good. Could last so long. Just sit in your hand. Your hand will just cup it. Oh, what a beautiful phone. When I unlocked the phone, if it was raining outside, windshield wipers would drop down the screen and wipe all the water off the screen, the UI water. It was a great phone.
Wow.
Yeah. Man, those were the good old days.
Yeah, this thing was
This
called.
is.
Now look up the Moto Z. That's what it was called.
Jamie, pull that up.
And it was so thin that you couldn't have a glass screen. Like there wasn't enough depth, so the screen was actually plastic because they're like, we couldn't put.
The back of this phone looks incredible.
Yeah, it's still
Look
a
at
handsome
that
phone.
gold.
You got to get like
Ew.
a side profile. Why is it?
This is so ugly. I'm working on
That's
it.
what phones looked like back in the day. Okay.
I know, but John's like, that looks so
No, look at the
good.
back
Like,
of the
he's
look at the
salivating.
No,
back
the
of
back
that
is
phone,
handsome.
dude.
That's very
The-
handsome.
That is, bro, what? I'm sorry. There's just a massive nip.
Have you seen an iPhone 14? Yeah,
But it's
what?
off
You
to the
can't
side.
possibly
It's not
think this looks
centered.
better, Sam. You can't.
Yeah, I think the 14 Pro looks that. Yes, that looks so much better. I don't even. That's not even a debate, my guy.
if this was a Motorola logo,
I
he'd be
could.
shitting all over this.
Yeah,
That's
of course.
not-
And so would Sam. If it
not
had a nothing
true.
logo on it, he'd be like, "Oh, that's a clan phone."
Yeah.
You know.
I hate both of you so much because you are Twitter. That's not true.
It's true
bro.
though. It's actually true.
Bro, geniuses, please help me.
No,
This
no one's
does
here to
not
help
look
you.
Go
good.
get my box of phones and compare them because it is so thin.
Go get him.
Okay, we'll be right back.
Let's go get him and do a walk down memory lane.
Like, bro, what is this? I don't want an areola on my phone, bro.
Well, then you haven't lived. That's the best place to put him.
Ew. Stop.
You're
don't
wrong,
like
Sam. You're
this.
just wrong.
No, I'm not. That is so nasty.
How? I don't understand. Did you never like ventured off into Android around this time?
John, I don't. Android has sucked and will always. Ah! Get away!
You want to hear?
Get
Wait,
away!
wait. Sam, when you hear an iPhone make this, you're gonna be like, "I need it." You ready? Are you kidding me?
That's a foldable.
Oh, hey Quinn. Hey Quinn, watch this. Watch this. Oh, oh, Look at that.
Oh,
that's two
Mr.
iPhone
Two
14
Phones,
Pros,
huh?
bro.
Why do you have two? Never mind. I don't want to know.
That's it. Yeah, I know.
Let me see. If
Why do you have
Actually,
two
wait.
phones?
Bro, is my cable been showing? You know
Dude,
what?
your whole thing has been a wreck for the last 12 months.
I've had it. I've had it.
No, don't cut it off.
I'm so tired and sick of this.
Why don't? Okay.
I'm making too much. Oh, here we go. Okay,
All right,
so I
no
pulled
more
I
cable.
pulled this phone out and I was like, "Oh, this wasn't as thin as I remember. This is the thick one. Look at this.
Holy
Hold on.
shit!
Yeah, you want to see? Hold on, watch this. I got a cool camera here.
What do you mean you got a cool
Check
camera?
this out. All right,
Oh.
you ready?
Oh my god, bro!
Look at this.
Whoa, that actually does look wild. Quinn, what the hell? Are you using a typewriter?
Look at this. That's like half the thickness, less than half.
That's dangerously thin.
And you know what? Lou couldn't even bend this one. It's too strong.
Not even Lou.
No. It's got some fingerprints on the back, but check this out. You could put some wood on the back. I don't know. See that? Nice.
Props for having the
Nice.
accessories. Do you have the battery mod or nah?
I have the. I don't know.
Bro, that is awesome.
This was like
Oh my
2013,
God.
2014, yeah?
Oh yeah.
I
this
own a
was
total of 2 phones. You're like, this is like Luke Miani with MacBooks. I'm like, I don't know. I get rid of Apple products.
I'm
Like, I have
old.
one
Hey, you
Apple
want to
Watch.
see? You want to see Carl Pay's first Magic? No.
Oh,
this
look,
is
there it is.
Oh yeah, that's the OnePlus one.
No, the original OnePlus was kind of cool.
I did. I had a.
Of course it was. So it's $300. Are you kidding me?
I left the iPhone 6s, the iPhone 7 for a OnePlus phone,
Let's see.
and then that's the last time I ever tried Android. I tried
You
that.
remember-
and
you remember
Pix-
this phone?
The Nexus 6.
This was a good phone until they all broke and then boot looped.
yeah,
And then,
dude.
and then Huawei
yes,
said,
the
nope,
Nexus.
not our phones.
Is that Nexus 5?
This is the 6P.
6P.
Good
Ugly.
phone.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good phone.
I'll tell you if phones are good or ugly.
Oh, you know what phone? Okay, this phone, I gotta shout out to this phone. This is the
Honor?
8.
Dude, I had that too. So
I
good.
used this phone as a daily driver. This was the closest phone
Honor
I've
8?
ever had to the form factor and responsiveness of an iPhone.
Yes.
This was
Yeah.
the closest thing Android has ever had to an iPhone,
And
and it was
the
fantastic.
back, the way it
Oh, so
reflects is amazing.
Oh yeah,
I had
Shut
an
up,
Honor
Sam.
8 in black.
Mid.
So good. Sam,
Mac.
just stop being wrong.
There's another OnePlus.
The Honor 8, the only issue was the camera was not great.
Yeah, what do you do?
Would not use.
Look at the bezels on this bad boy, huh?
Is that the?
This is
Oh, it's a
the
Sony.
Sharp Aquos.
Why do you have that? Like, why do you have all these random?
L.
I bought this. This was a pay-as-you-go burner phone. This was the coolest drug.
Quinn, why do you have a burner phone?
This was the
what are
coolest
you
drug
burning,
phone
bro?
you could get. All the display controller and the camera was in the bottom here, but in the top it had like these. You can see these bezels are quite thin, but what's even crazier is that the phone is it won't work. The glass is plastic and it's tapered off. So even today, you're like, there are no bezels on this thing. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, didn't Sharp give us the first notch too?
I feel like this is like Grandpa at Thanksgiving, like showing us his war.
Ooh,
memorabilia.
check out this baby.
What is that?
Blackberry,
Oh,
huh?
Blackberry.
That's a good looking phone. That back looks
Sam,
good.
get the fuck out, dude. What is your
that
garage
looks
going?
good.
Anything about phones, Sam?
I like that back for real.
Of course
That's
you
a
do.
good
I
looking.
don't
Win,
surprise
What, the
me.
Moto Z was
Win.
bad?
Win, W.
I bet Sam likes this phone.
He does.
I do too.
Do you have
Not
the
as a
case?
phone.
Do you
it
have the
was
bubble
bad.
case?
Let's be very clear about that. But as an attractive device,
Do you have the bubble case?
I don't.
bumper?
I
The
don't.
bubble case?
I have this though. You recognize this bad boy?
That is the HTC something.
Oh God.
This is the G1. It's the first Android phone ever.
Oh wait, didn't
It's called the Dream.
I had when did the Ally come out? Was it the next one after that?
No, that's ugly. L.
This?
The LG Ally?
Which one do
I had,
you think?
I had an LG Ally
This
like at
is
the
the
beginning of
genius
Android.
part. Not
which
the
one do
Android
you
part.
believe was the market leader, huh?
The
Which one? Which one?
Definitely.
Do you think was
Dude, the iPhone is just so much better looking from the get go.
Sam, is it hard?
What?
Is it hard
What?
being you? Is it hard?
No,
is it
it's
hard
not.
with the apple wiener right strictly down your throat?
I'll show. You know what? I hope that they release a foldable phone so we can play this back and you guys are gonna look like the clown.
You know
emoji.
you can't just lie though. You can't just save face.
I've never lied on YouTube.
If you like it,
tell
you
the
have to like
truth.
it.
Yeah. You'll be like, oh, I hate it. It's the worst. And then someone will like see you at a Starbucks one day and they'll be like, look what he's using.
He gaslit the world. He was paid by Big Android.
Yeah, that's right.
They'll tweet it. Oh, I
They'll be
wouldn't
like,
say
he's
it.
using the Nothing phone too.
I've been thinking about it. Do you think Apple, do you think there's a way to get into the Apple Pays You program? Because I feel like according to you guys, I'd be a very good fit for Apple paying Me.
Yeah.
You would.
I'd really like to get the STEMI, the Apple STEMI.
How's
it's kind of like Fight Club. As soon as you express any interest, you're instantly never going to get invited.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
How's Twitter? How's it over there? How's it going?
It still works. I logged on today.
Yeah.
There's people there. You can still tweet.
Have you
I haven't
tweeted
posted
anything?
a video in a long time, so I don't know if that works.
I did that tonight. It works.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it's a thing. I'm yeah. Hey, look, here's the thing. I'm not gonna get into it. I am not the biggest fan of Elon. All right.
Same.
And I love Twitter dearly, and I don't want to see it destroyed. But this like fear and like postulation that it's gonna like immediately break or disappear, like it's gonna be fine. But like we're only gonna start to see it tear at the seams after quite some time, if it ever does. Maybe it won't, and maybe Elon Musk will do a great job.
Yeah, maybe he will.
Yeah, just like the panel gaps on his cars. No, it's very possible that, and here's this, I keep having arguments with people about this, is the kind of like the free speech paradigm of Twitter and then the technology kind of problem of Twitter. The reality is that Elon is a billionaire, and billionaires tend to like money, and Elon invested an extraordinary portion of his net worth into Twitter. People are like, oh, he could buy Twitter time and time again. No, he couldn't. It's too expensive. It's frankly too expensive for one man to own, and that's why I kind of suspect he tried to get out of buying it for several months. So what's ultimately going to happen is he's going to do whatever is best for monetization on the platform, and that probably will mean that it's a good place to hang out like it's been. It'll probably mean that content moderation, while tricky, will be dealt with like it is everywhere else. And I think that it frankly will not look that dissimilar to what it looks like today. So, yeah. Now he might add stuff. He might bring YouTube too. But I don't think so. That's too hard.
Listen, man, right now, Sam, seasonal excitement or dread is really starting to settle in, especially for small businesses such as ours. That's why we like to use Stamps.com, who sponsored and support today's episode.
Dude, Stamps.com, it's the one-stop shop for all your shipping and mailing needs. For more than 20 years, Stamps.com has been indispensable for
Means you can't dispense it.
Means you can't dispense it, including ours. Get access to the USPS and UPS services you need with major discounts on shipping rates up to 86% off. It's a stress-free solution.
Do you know? Hang on, time out, slow down. 80. Do you know how large 86% is?
That's like
it's
only
most
14%
percent.
off of a hundo.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's like almost a hundo off, bro.
And guess what? There's a special deal right now for Genius Bar listeners this holiday season. Trade late nights for silent nights and get started with Stamps.com today. Sign up with promo code GENIUS for a special offer that includes a 4-week trial, free postage, and a free digital scale. There's no long-term commitments, no contracts, none of that. Just go to Stamps.com, click the microphone at the top of the page, and enter the code GENIUS.
You're telling me I can get a free 4-week trial, free postage, and a free digital scale when I go to Stamps.com/genius.
That's correct. Stamps.com/genius. Get a bunch of free stuff and also an amazing service. Thank you, Stamps.com, for sponsoring today's episode of our show, which is called Genius Bar.
And we're going to have some silent nights now.
Thank you for the silent nights.
I'm sleeping.
Yeah, speaking of businesses that are not good businesses, YouTube is a sucky business.
Like for us?
Both. Yeah.
Why? Why do you say that?
Why?
It sounds like you had some pent up energy there. That
You're sitting here at 9 p.m. talking into a microphone, trying to get you shekels. Come on.
Are you upset about YouTube?
No, YouTube's a great place.
Are you going to quit?
And that's the problem with YouTube is or not the problem with YouTube. The problem with everything else is YouTube is so superior to every other kind of content creation network and it absorbs all of the people from everywhere else when people get big on TikTok and they're like, oh, actually, you can't make any money on TikTok.
Yeah.
And then they all migrate to YouTube. And the reason that is because Google has a really sucky business and they give most of their money to creators to the point where YouTube, in many instances in the past, have actively lost money for Google, something that Elon and TikTok and all these other websites are not going to do. And therefore, YouTube will continue to be the best. So,
yeah.
And that's why, unless like Apple or Amazon are like, we're going to make a YouTube competitor, and we don't care if it loses money.
Amazon has Twitch, kind of.
Yeah.
So
they did, yeah, but everyone left that for YouTube. Actually, so
That's true.
yeah.
Also true.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm so I don't even. Obviously, it was sort of like impulse to just open Twitter when I was. I know, dude, it's the worst. I can't wear the watch on the podcast because I can't. It doesn't work as a watch. I feel like I got most of my news from Twitter, and I knew this was going to happen because I would just impulse open Twitter, and now I have to like remind myself, hey, we should find out what the news is myself, and I don't do that. So Sam right before the show was like, hey, there's so much news this week. I don't know to bed.
Yeah, I do get most of my news from Twitter too.
What have I?
Sometimes I'll
what have I
open the
missed?
old RSS client and scroll through the feed, but
Wow, he's got the RSS, everybody.
yeah, that's how I see front page tech.
Oh, is it?
I'm not going to your ad-ridden website. I want the stripped out.
I
text
wouldn't
version.
either. Yeah.
I agree with not giving John Prosper anymore.
Sam, you have a lot of room to talk.
What did you just say to me?
You have a lot of room to talk about ads on a website.
Joke's on you. I don't got a website, bro.
Well, why?
Not no more.
Do you want to tell people why?
Yeah, it didn't make no money.
Not even though you had all those ads on there?
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
Did
Well,
you
no,
actually
because
though?
It had a decent amount of ads, but also I made no money, and also no one visited.
No, I was going to say, did you actually get rid of it?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
even though your leak track record thing was sometimes of questionable accuracy, it was very good. It was very good to point to. It was very good to point to as a source on my videos, which I did multiple times, and I linked to it
No,
and
I
said,
appreciate
"Hey,
it.
this
I
is why
appreciate
you
it.
should believe this rumor from John Prosser. He's right some of the times."
Some of the times. I would like to acquire that idea from you, put it on frontpagetech.com, but automate it because
Let's talk business.
I don't know if you know, but Sam is the one who personally would do the math on all that stuff, and fuck all that. Absolutely not. I have
Did you
like
Get
other
an
stuff
Excel
I want to
spreadsheet.
do. Yes.
And okay, here, this is a good, I like this kind of transactional thing you're doing right now. I can be the mediator. Sam, do we have 1,000? Starting with 1,000, 1,000, we have 1,000?
No, it's worth, bro. No, I'm not letting it go for 1,000, bro.
That's
Well,
the
technically, I
starting
can just-
price.
This is okay, Sam. I just want to let you know what's going to happen here.
Okay.
You expect me to pay a certain price, and at a certain point, I'm just going to say no, and I'm going to Mark Zuckerberg you, or I'm just going to go off and make
Just
it
gonna
myself.
take it. Yeah.
I dare you. I dare you to spend 1,000 hours going over Mark Gurman's track record since 2007.
I don't have
dare
to.
You,
I can just go to the
actually
Wayback
dare
Machine
you to
and
do
collect
that.
all the data from Apple Track, give it to
I will
somebody
sue
else.
you faster than you can say. Blah, 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 blah.
You won't
I
know
don't
that
like
I
it
did
anymore.
it.
You'll
other
just
than the
throw,
proof.
literally
just throw
will.
everything he typed into OpenGPT and say, like, change the words.
Yeah.
It says copyright
Replace.
on the website, bro.
I could, and I won't do it at all. I'll just give it to somebody else that's smarter than me and can do like numbers.
I will kill you.
Okay,
I will
$1,000.
destroy you. No.
$2,000,
No.
2,100,
No, I didn't say that wasn't close.
$5,000.
No.
That is the highest I will ever go for this. Other than that, I will steal it.
Do you realize how long the data set took to put together?
Yeah, I didn't ask you to do that. I'm just asking for the idea. $5,000.
No,
Going
the idea
once?
is
Going
worth-
once?
That's the thing.
That's
This
a
is your
pretty-
only-
that's
this
a
is your
pretty
only
good price.
chance.
That's a pretty good
The
price.
idea is worth more than 5, brother.
But you shut it down.
Yeah, it's gone. You don't even believe in it. $5,000 amount.
I'll put that shit back up so fast.
You should do it.
It was
You should-
free
you
for
should
you
get
to
a
have
new
it, and
domain
you still
name.
didn't do it.
Call it like Leaky Peaky or something like that. You know?
Leaky peaky.
Is this available? Can I go to
LeakyPeaky.com?
I'm pretty confident Leaky Peaky's available.
let's check.
Is it? If it's available, I'm taking it.
Leaky Peaky. $12 a year.
Oh, it's available?
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
No, but you got to get the Co UK.
I like this one better.
That's for sure available.
I'm buying it. I'm buying LeakyPeaky.com. Nobody talk to me. Why is it $38 here? Where are you getting it? Google?
Yeah, Google's the cheap place to get
Wait,
it.
Sam, don't you dare! Sam, no! I have to control the show. This isn't fair. Sam, no.
Oh, wait, I'm gonna dox myself.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, buddy.
No.
Go ahead. I'm just gonna leave it up on the screen so I can do it.
Oh.
LeakyPeaky.com. Is there any news that I've missed, or is that really
Yes,
like? Are we
there's so
in the
much
serious
news.
Apple drought? Because Sam, the car is coming sometime is not news.
That's not, bro. You don't even know news, okay?
What is one of the stories? The Apple car is coming sometime.
It's not sometime.
2026.
Thank
That's
you.
what we knew
says
before.
Gorman. Yeah.
No, it isn't, John. It was 2025.
No, it
Oh.
was 2027.
So we're just pushing back.
But the last time,
inevitable.
yes, I'm pretty sure Kuoming-chi had said that by the time it's actually on the road, it would be 2027.
Okay, I have a question for you.
For who?
I want to hear you both. Why? Why make car?
Because
I
it's
don't
the
ca- yeah.
ultimate mobile device, which Apple executives has described as the goal for the project.
Did they pay you
since
already?
2014.
The ultimate mobile device.
It is mobile. True. Moves.
Bro, that is what Apple.
Here's the
I am just a messenger.
here's the thing. Okay.
When Apple employees working on the project say they envision it as the ultimate
All right.
mobile device, they don't send me a check.
Hang
Go,
on.
hey, say it this
but
way.
actually,
I'm doing my
let's
job.
Actually, though, let's be quite smart here.
Okay, let's be.
all right. Let's think
Sure.
about it. Okay.
I'd love that. I'd
We've
actually
already
really enjoy
decided. Well, the rumors now.
You see
say
this
that-
man drinking out of boxed water?
Yeah, it's
Like,
gross. It tastes
what-
like old milk carton. Here's what you want to drink like a king. All right, here's what you got to do. You got to take tap water, and then you got to run it through a reverse osmosis
Okay.
system. Oh no, you're gonna get some moisture inside those ear cups, and they're gonna stop working, and you're gonna have to Apple care them.
Yeah.
Are you happy?
Maybe don't dump it on
You are
those.
quite moist.
Are you happy, everybody? Because this is how I feel. I feel like a wet dog who was kicked. Oh, God. Wait, the audio's actually fucking up.
Are we shocked? If he ruined his
You
headphones.
can't sweat that much, though. Let's say really nice things about him while he's gone, so he can't hear.
Sam
I
is
think
very
Sam has a great
smart.
smile.
He's right about foldables.
I do think his idea for a leak tracker is worth a lot of money. I think that's
It's
really
a great
good.
idea. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a great idea.
Cushions protect.
He's also handsome.
The name Apple Track, also a fantastic
That's a
name.
really good name. I can't believe he got it. To be
Is
honest
what
with you.
is what it says it is.
Yeah. Mhm.
His eyes are cool. Not
They
as cool
are,
as your
yeah.
eyes, but they're all right.
Yep. His hairline's better than mine, which is not to say much, but it's not
What
as
do you
good as
mean?
yours. But what do you do?
No, mine's how the other thoughts and prayers.
Oh, he's back. Can you hear us?
Nope.
Yeah, I'm back.
What?
I'm back.
All right, stop dissing him.
Okay.
I'm back.
You good?
Okay.
No, I'm not good. Do I look good? What about me looks good?
At least his box water that's on you, so you know it's healthy or
Yeah,
something.
that's true. There's no
Anyway.
there's no microplastics. Okay,
Go ahead, Quinn.
It's
so
killing our sperm. That's
No.
a real thing.
the car, right? What could Apple do that hasn't already been done, or is in the process of being done by companies like Rivian and like Tesla that would be so much more grandiose and superb that you would be like, oh, I gotta have that car, other than maybe CarPlay being integrated into the whole dashboard.
I was going to say
which,
that CarPlay's
news alert,
not already doing.
they can already do that.
Yeah.
Now, maybe it's like a Pixel type thing where they're like, nobody actually wants to do that because all the car makers want to mine data off their customers, and we want, but if we make a car, then everyone will also have to do this too.
I want to be fast. I feel
Okay.
like Tim Cook would
It's been
be
done.
Fast.
It's been
Okay.
done. How much faster
Wants
can
a
they go?
fast car. Good job, Sam.
Yeah.
That's-
We're
that's
approaching the
okay.
limits of what tires can handle.
Really?
Right?
Is that
Yeah.
true?
Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay.
What's next,
so,
Sam? Number 2?
Can't do fast. Autonomous driving, that doesn't work. Tesla's shown that. And the latest rumor says that Apple was intending to release this like completely, steering wheel-less and pedal-less. And then Gurman's like, oh, actually, that's not going to happen in a long time. So they're going to release it with the steering wheel and pedals because you
Need them.
Yeah. And then they'll do highway-based ADAS. So maybe you don't have to touch the steering wheel while driving on the highway. News alert, some people already do this. Audi already does it. BMW already does it in Germany. Tesla's almost there. Okay. So that's not cool. What else?
It'll have the Apple logo.
That's true. You are right.
This is
Good point. Case closed, everyone.
This is one of those things where so I'm super excited about the AR VR headset.
Me too.
I see, though the market currently is niche for that, I see how Apple could innovate in that space.
I'm still waiting for there to be a good AR VR headset for normal people. And if anyone can do it, it's them.
Quinn? The MetaQuest 2 is really fun.
But it's not.
It's fun, but it's very niche. It's for games, and that's it.
Yeah.
So is the
Have you tried how
So
terrible
the
the
others-
Quest Pro is?
I have not. No.
It's not good.
Don't.
no.
Don't. It tricks you.
Yeah.
It makes you think it's good.
Sam and I
then
both
you-
had one, and they're both gone.
Yeah.
And we got our $1,500 back.
I saw
Not
the
good.
price tag and didn't need to try it.
That's not even the price that it really is. You have to buy more stuff for what you
All
want.
right. Yeah.
It's not good.
Okay, Apple Car, here's what Apple could do.
I didn't finish my
All right.
thought.
Oh.
Go ahead.
My thought was there's so many different product categories where I can see, yes, I would love to have Apple there. I know that I can see areas where they could innovate and change.
Like foldables.
Foldable, sure.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of foldables. I don't want one, but I could see how Apple could make it better. Cars are a different story, though. I don't see where Apple's going to come in and like do anything better than the manufacturers that have been for 200 years, or I did Tesla. I don't see anyone. I don't know what they could do that makes it very Apple-y. Like, why it's so much work, so much effort, so much time, so much marketing to enter this space, and for what?
Yeah. I mean, there are improvements. Apple Silicon would be awesome. You have like super
wanted to have
powerful
one in my
compute
car.
platforms inside your car. Yeah. No, this like jokey thing that Tesla's like, oh, you can play video games in your car. Like, no, Apple could actually do that. So that kind of stuff.
Maybe that's where the original
They would
HomePod
have-
went. Maybe
Yeah,
all the speakers
I mean,
are just HomePods.
Yeah,
what I
Rivian
was
and
thinking.
Tesla both have great UIs. They're awesome. Apple would destroy them. But is that worth entering the car market for? Are you so much better that everyone's going to be like, gotta buy that one?
And they can do that with CarPlay. They can change the
yeah,
UI
they
with
already
CarPlay.
can. They're already doing it.
Bro, I just figured it out.
Okay.
They're going to put EV chargers for the Apple Car at every Apple store in America.
Cool, dude. There's an Apple store an hour and 45 minutes away from me. Fantastic. Can't
You
wait.
live in a mountain.
Sam, do you realize how far away most Apple stores are from people?
No, it's just you. Just don't live
It's
in
not
the
just
middle
me.
of Arkansas, sir.
No location that I've been in has been within
Quinn,
an hour
buddy.
of an Apple store.
How far away is your closest Apple store, Quinn?
It's about a block and a half, but I'm probably
Wow, that's
the-
actually
in the
really convenient.
minority.
Yeah, for me, it's about 12 minutes. So it
Well,
seems like there's actually
that's
one
far.
outlier.
I could
Okay.
walk to mine in 8.
Wow,
Help
that's
me.
actually
People in the
that's actually kinda
comments.
sick.
Where's your nearest Apple store? Because
No,
it's not
just
close.
don't live in a tree in Arkansas. Like, don't be swinging from branches
You
by
think?
yourself,
Okay,
bro.
Sam, that's the big new thing you can charge at the Apple store.
I didn't
is
say that
actually-
was the
that's
big new thing.
That is the first compelling argument I've heard, maybe.
Is
that
it
their
though?
charging infrastructure could be good, but I don't think Apple wants to be the baron of charging. I don't think that's I think that has some good business opportunity if done right.
There are charging stuff. It's at my Walmart. I can charge my car.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the standard
They
EV charger
they
sucks.
suck. So here's the thing: all the Tesla fanboys who are intolerable. Are
How
like,
long
"Oh,
is
the
it going to take to charge the
supercharger-
Apple car with the 5-watt
supercharger's
charger?
the best. It's better than all the other chargers. And the thing is it's true.
Yes.
They're not as fast, fanboys, but they are more reliable. There are more of them in a single location. They tend to be in better locations. They're right off the interstates, whereas like Electrify America, it's usually like, oh, it's in town at the Walmart, which when you're traveling can be kind of a pain.
Nobody wants to go to Walmart.
But that's the thing is, and that's a services revenue. Apple loves that, but I don't know that that's a good services revenue.
Jinga, 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 jing. That's the sound of the sleigh bells, because 'tis the season for saving money whenever you can. HelloFresh is cheaper than grocery shopping and 25% less expensive than takeout, so you can use all those savings for holiday gifts or treat yourself. That's why we have HelloFresh sponsoring today's episode. Thank you, HelloFresh, for your return.
Why HelloFresh, John? Why would you do it?
Pre-portioned ingredients, delicious recipes, chef-inspired recipes delivered right to your door. You can select the meals that you want or not. You can just have them pick it for you.
Yeah, you can just be like, surprise me, HelloFresh, and they'll still give you.
Please, surprise me.
I saw them. They come by. They bring a whole mini farm. They pull out the carrots straight from there. They
That's
drop
what
it off
happens.
in your little box. They have every little box. It's incredible. No, it really continues to
Most
be the
meals,
freshest.
most meals are cooked in 30 minutes or less. There's no leftover
True.
ingredients. Nothing's going bad. They give you exactly the amount of ingredients that you need. A cute little card that has the exact instructions you follow. Boom, your meal's done. It's super delicious. We talk about all the time on the show about how like somehow magically witchcraft maybe the ingredients taste way better. The vegetables taste way better. Everything tastes way better. Select what kind of meals you want. Even if you're a vegan, you can select meals and just get vegetables.
Go to HelloFresh.com/Genius18 and use code Genius18 for 18 free meals plus free shipping. HelloFresh.com/Genius18. Use code Genius18, guys. You won't regret it.
This is upsetting because when I signed up for HelloFresh, I used a previous code of ours that didn't have, it was 16
I think
free
you were
meals.
on like 12.
I think it was. Now it's 18 free meals. So go to HelloFresh.com/Genius18 to get 18 free meals plus free shipping. Again, that's code Genius at HelloFresh.com/Genius16. Sorry, Genius18. We're getting bonuses. Thank you, HelloFresh, for sponsoring today's episode of The Genius Bar.
Thank you.
If anyone wants a big brain idea, Tesla, Elon, if you're listening, instead of buying Twitter, you should do this, okay?
Well, it's too late, but
take the supercharger network that you've already got, open it up to everyone, charge people that don't have Teslas more, and then, because here's the thing, people don't actually make money on gas stations. They make all their money on candies and treats and stuff like that. Put service stations by every supercharger that's a Tesla supercharger station. You go in, you buy a Tesla drink, a diet Tesla soda pop, you get your Tesla candy bars, and then you go back out to your car, where also, by the way, they still make money charging way more money than they make on gas. And there you go, Bob's your uncle. You're
dude,
the biggest, richest man on the planet. Again.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
I did not hear a single thing Quinn said because I couldn't stop looking at his eyes, and they looked into my soul, and I didn't know what was happening anymore. I just was looking. I have no idea what he said.
I heard everything that you said, Quinn, and my mind's actually kind of blown, and that's actually super brilliant. And
thanks.
Yeah. No, I mean, I would buy a Tesla
brain.
candy
What
bar,
else?
bro. And the fanboys, dude, the fanboys would lose their minds over the little Tesla candies.
They would, but they'd also lose their mind about sharing their network. They already are.
I would kind of lose my mind.
Watch. They already are. Because
they need more chargers before they open it to everyone.
Yeah, that's true. But when you're 90% of EVs in the US, which they are, maybe more, who cares? Like, okay, eventually it'll be more of an issue. And that actually was a problem for Tesla up until this year. They had kind of stopped building superchargers for like a good 2-3 years, to the point where they were always congested, always crowded. This year they kicked it into overdrive, and they've been like building like crazy and upgrading all the old version 2 stations to V3. It's a lot better than it was 12 months ago, and it will continue to be into the future. And that's one area where everyone else isn't doing it because A, they don't have the cash flow, and B, it's kind of a nightmare because you have to deal with permitting and dealing with cities and municipalities and making sure with the power companies that you have, the sufficient kind of infrastructure there. And if you don't, you have to pay for it, and it's really expensive. Let me tell you a little quick story.
Tell us a quick story.
I have 2 superchargers this way. One's a V2, one's a V3. And then there's one that they've wanted to put at the service center because there's a lot of cars that go to the service center because Teslas are kind of perpetually braking. And They didn't have the overhead. They didn't have the infrastructure to make it happen. But Tesla, like, there's a Target just a little bit over the road that does. We're talking like maybe an eighth of a mile. And Tesla was like, okay, well, power company, we just want to bring over the juice so that we can charge our cars here. And the power company was like, all right, but you got to do all this stuff to get permitting. And then I think when I talked to the service center, they wanted to charge like $2.8 million to bring the lines over to Tesla to do the build out. And they were just like, Tesla was like, we're not going to do that. So infrastructure sucks, but Tesla's got people that are like, that's what they do, and they're really good at it, and they've got a good legal team that can help there. They've got a bunch of contracts with like local and state governments to build out infrastructure. Like, the reason the supercharger network is super good is because they're really good at doing it, and it's going to take a long time for everyone to catch up. And the only person that could probably do it at the same scale with the same amount of money and the same experience is probably your boy Timmy.
Your boy Timmy.
Can we talk EVs for a second?
Yeah, I just pre-ordered a
May
Cadillac Lyriq, the 2024 Cadillac Lyriq.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Because no, I will say that kind
car
of
is powered
surprised
by
me.
Qualcomm.
Why did it surprise you, Sam?
Because I feel like Cadillac's like an old man car brand.
Okay.
They were. I think
I am an old man.
That's also
Okay,
true.
fair enough. Pop
You
off,
live in the
King,
mountain.
pop off.
I live on the mountain.
and the tree.
I think
the Lyriq
it's
is
super
very
dope.
cool. It was very cool.
And it's like Cadillac. I think they're doing a little bit of reinventing themselves too.
I think you're right. Actually, I'm just kind of.
And when I attended Automotive Investor Day, I learned about the Qualcomm digital chassis, #sponsored. And let me tell you, this is going to change the car market forever.
Is it?
Actually, speaking of Apple Car, that might be why Apple's trying to get involved. Qualcomm is just locking down everyone.
And Apple and Qualcomm don't really like each other.
No, they very much don't like each other, actually. So maybe that's where Apple wants to come in and
explain the Qualcomm chassis, whatever the fuck.
So this is my non-sponsored take on the Qualcomm digital chassis.
Okay.
Chips are hard to make. Qualcomm makes a lot of chips. Car makers don't want to make chips, not good at making chips. Qualcomm is a fabless chip maker, so they don't own factories, but they're very good at making chips. And they also make all of the software to support and the kernels and the firmware to support those chips. And so what they do is and here's the thing where they're very different from Apple. Apple goes, we made this, you use this, this is how it works. You need to do exactly this. Qualcomm's like, well, BMW, what do you have in mind? Do you want lane keeping? Do you want digital dashboard? Do you want autopilot? Do you want a radar cruise control? Do you want a 5G modem? And then BMW goes, we want this and this and this and this. And then Qualcomm's like, okay, well, do you want to make everything yourself, or do you want to borrow our software, or do you want us to make your software for you, or do you want to make the software? They're just willing to do whatever anyone wants to get into people's cars. And that's where they're kicking butt, is they've got the only chips, frankly, that can do what automakers need them to do. And their software stack is pretty good. They're sharing it across the industry, but then they're also willing to be as involved or as uninvolved as the automakers want, and tailoring the suite so that it looks like an automotive, so it looks like them. Like you look at the Mercedes, for example, the new EQS. That's partially Qualcomm. You look at the Cadillac Lyriq, and that's all Qualcomm pretty much. And so each automaker has different levels of Qualcomm, and then the integration, you don't look at the Lyriq and look at the EQS and go, oh yeah, those have some shared architecture. They're completely different.
Yeah.
And that's where Qualcomm's kind of just kicking butt, is they're willing to give and license, and then in return, make all the money. And they wouldn't be like
they wouldn't build their own car.
No, and that's why Qualcomm has no interest in
doing?
That. They're like, the car business sucks. They're like, but if we can make $3,000 every single time a Mercedes is sold with our tech inside, perfect.
Yeah.
Easy. Here's our chips. Here's the software. Bada boom.
John, is this your car that I found?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It looks like car.
It's a nice looking car.
No, Sam. Look at it at nighttime and look at the front lights. That's what I can't.
Is it this that got
yes,
you?
dude. It looks like the
Wait, hold
future.
on.
That's not
It's
it.
the mustache.
That's not it. That's not it.
Oh, I don't like that one.
That's
just
the
look-
rich people one.
I'm working on
Just kidding.
it. Oh, it's this that got you, right?
Also, yeah. Also, the interior is phenomenal.
This is
but
what got you.
yes, dog. Yes.
That
It's
looks like
like a-
car there, though.
it looks
That
like
don't look
Batman.
SUV. Yeah, it
What do
does
you
look like
mean?
Batman.
Have you seen your Tesla?
So why this and not Tesla? Why don't you be Tesla with boy with me?
Because I don't want a Tesla.
Is it because of Elon?
I just don't want one.
You left Twitter because of Elon, and now you don't buy Tesla
Yeah,
because of Elon.
that's why. That's why.
That's right.
What EV are you currently driving, Quinn? I have a Model S for reference.
Oh, well, look at you.
No, I'm not saying it like that.
I have 3 EVs currently.
Why?
I have
why?
a 2012 Coda EV that's worth about $3,500. I have a 1975 Sebring Vanguard city car that's worth about $2,500.
What is going on?
And then I've got a Rivian R1T that's worth a little more than both of those cars.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why
Should
Rivian? Because I also pre-ordered the F-150 Lightning.
Yeah. So here's the thing about Rivian. I'm never going
really-
back.
To Rivian or away from Rivian?
Away from Rivian.
Okay.
I really like the R1T for the record.
There are things about Tesla that I miss. Okay. The charging infrastructure was quite good. I missed that. Autopilot is fantastic. Even though it's not full self-driving, doesn't do that.
That was a scam. You should be in
it
jail
is
for that. But
it is fantastic. It's best in class and nobody's even close.
that's why, yeah.
Beyond that, Rivian does everything better. Their build quality is fantastic. Their cabin noise is fantastic. Their sound system, which everyone says is fantastic in the Tesla, and it's okay, is fantastic. Their infotainment system is not
this
quite as
sponsored or
fully
no?
featured. No.
Okay, just
Very
checking.
much the inverse. I owe a lot of money on that car. Their infotainment system is not quite as fully developed as Tesla. So like there's no Tesla Theater, for example. That's coming. And there's no dash cam. That's coming. So there's a bunch of stuff that Rivian's like, yeah, we're working on it, but it's still primitive. It's still young. But the reason I love the R1T is their powertrain platform it's second to none. I mean, it's got a 135 kilowatt hour battery, which is really good. And even though the efficiency is much worse than my previous Model 3 or Model Y, it goes very far on a charge, 290 miles exactly. Not the 240, 50-ish I was getting on my Model 3, Model Y. What it says you're going to get in range is exactly down to the mile what you're going to get. It is ludicrously fast. It does 0 to 60 in 3 seconds, which for a truck that weighs 9,000 pounds feels like it should not be allowed.
I have a
1,000
question,
pounds?
and this is
Yeah.
what this is like. Anytime I mention
It's like 8,200. Anyway.
anytime I mention the lyric, this is like I don't care about going fast. Are you trying to outrun the cops, or like what is the 0 to 60 and why does that matter to you?
Because it's fun. Why does Sam like the dynamic island? Because it's fun. You poke it.
Why
and
do
you're like, "Ooh, it
why
jiggles."
do people have sex? Like what is that question?
That's not the
Like,
same. That's not.
Why
the
do
same.
people do?
I'm not
lines
having
of
sex in
cocaine
front of
off
everyone on the
toilet
strictly
seats? Because it's
procreation,
fun,
Sam.
Yeah,
bro.
I'm not having sex on the road in front of everybody else, dude. That's not what's happening.
What do you mean? Why do you like to go fast? Like what kind of a?
I don't care.
What?
I don't
Ricky
care.
Bobby,
It's
I wanna go fast.
It's all a tool.
It's very fun. Here's the other thing that I love about the Rivian R1T. Okay, this is the last thing. The suspension is bananas. It can
It's
go
actually
from,
made out of bananas.
It's almost, yeah. It can go from 8 inches at its lowest clearance point to 16 inches.
Wow.
The bottom is completely flat. We've gone off-roading and rock crawling and done some like level 6 and level 7 trails, stuff that you kind of like need like a Wrangler for, that's kind of like kitted to go off-road. This is just stock truck. It's crawling really, really advanced terrain. The 4-wheel drive system, because there's a motor on every single wheel, is fantastic. You have individual slip control per wheel. It's amazing. Camping in it is so fun. So it's an awesome like off-road crawling truck. And then it's also like the fastest truck kind of ever made. And it has hydraulic
Kinda ever made.
roll control. And so, which is the same thing they put in McLaren's, by the way. And so when it breaks your mind. You know, like when you're going like 20 miles an hour, John probably doesn't do this because he goes slow. You know, when you're going like, there's like a right turn, okay? And the light's green and you're going into the closest lane next to you. And you're like, oh, I'm going 30 miles an hour. That's pretty quick. I got to slow down so I can turn. You should. But if you don't want to, in most cars, you have issues with stability with the way the car rolls. So you oversteer and understeer, but also the car literally pitches. So you know how when you get thrown against the window because the whole car's kind of like, the Rivian doesn't do that. It like the hydraulic fluid tightens the suspension, and so there's like no roll. It almost feels like a video game where you're like, this is not a real car.
Do you have a review on this on your channel?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Well, kind of. I have one on the R1S.
Okay.
Which is basically the same thing.
Yep.
So yeah, it's like a true driver's car. It's a huge car. Like there's no getting around the fact that it weighs as much as it weighs and it feels like a big car. But I'm just so much in love with it, and it's the most fun car. And I loved my Teslas. And if I had to have a Model 3 or a Model Y again, I would still be very, very, very happy. But if presented the opportunity to switch even to a Model S or Model X, I would say, nope.
No.
What about the Cybertruck?
Super nope.
You don't like the Cybertruck, dude?
So here's the thing about the Cybertruck. I
had an old pre-order for that too.
I have two. We'll see what happens. I'm very interested to see what happens. I went to the Cybertruck event. I rode in the Cybertruck.
Okay. Wait. First of all, can you get me on that list, bro?
I don't think I'm on it anymore.
You lost your contact. That's right.
Yeah, I don't think I'm on it anymore. The person that I was talking to, which great person, they were director of PR or director of marketing. They like got a big upgrade. They were on the whole, like if you went to Tesla's executive page, they were like, boom, there they are. And now they're gone from Tesla. So
they
have
are
no
gone.
contact. Anywho,
were they exited?
Probably. I rode in it and it was cool. It's been long enough now because they announced it like back in 2004 that I don't really remember the ride quality. And it was so primitive that like what the ride quality was back then is nothing.
Yeah.
It's going to be today, right? But from a utility standpoint, I'm a little bit worried about the size. The Rivian R1T is a very small truck. It's got a 4.5 foot long bed. So it's about the same size, almost exactly as a Tacoma. The Cybertruck is larger than a long bed, like a full size bed, 6 foot bed, F-150. It is a big truck. I don't think people understand how big it is.
I think you're right.
And it's going to feel like an enormous truck because it is. Its wheelbase is super long. So I think it may be very cool. It's going to be crazy fast. The software will be great. It's going to be a great truck for hauling things and not for towing because no trucks can do that very well, but like going to Home Depot and throwing some rocks in the back, it's going to be awesome. Where I have fallen in love with the R1T is off-roading and true like 4x4 kind of stuff. And I don't think the Cybertruck's going to be able to match that because that's not, I mean, it's not, it's not what it is. So I just don't want what the Cybertruck is anymore. I want what I have. But that doesn't mean I don't think it'll be a good car, but get ready for the prices to be insane. Cause a $39,000 truck, not going to happen.
There's a reason they took their prices off the site. For sure.
I'm betting that. So my personal predictions are that they're going to ditch the tri-motor. I think they're going to have a dual motor and a quad motor, and that's it. And I bet the quad motor goes for over 100 to start. Maybe they'll do like a 99 or 95 or whatever.
I bet
like
you're
the
right.
Model S is like fake $100,000, right? Where they're like, it's actually sub 100. But then as soon as you turn the seats like not black, they're like $1 billion.
How much it actually starts. Sam? So I think it actually starts at 104, like base now, dude.
Oh, even more. So it keeps going up and up and up.
I got my order in a year before I got mine, so
and that's kind of decent that's price. Where I gotta give respect to the boy Elon. Tesla makes a ton of money on their cars. They're like the only automaker that makes money. They're making tons of money, and there's so much demand for them. They keep charging more money. And if you can hack that and people still want your cars, I mean, you do you, sister. Go get it.
Sister.
But don't go buying a Tesla thinking I'm getting a crazy good deal because they're making tons of money off of those cars.
Well, according to the rumors
Whereas Rivian
today,
is losing like 20 grand every one they sell because they're not good at business, but they make a good car.
according to the rumors today, Apple is going to sell these for under $100,000, whatever these are.
That's what I saw too. And
According to Gurmy.
yeah, here's the thing.
Which give them 3 more months and it'll be 200,000. You never
If
know.
they work with Hyundai, which that's still kind of the rumor, right?
It's a weird brand to work with.
It's not. It's the perfect brand because Hyundai and Kia are kicking butt. Their cars are phenomenally good. Their EV platform, the eGMP platform, is probably second to Tesla. It's a really good electric car platform. And they're cheap because they still don't have the brand name recognition of Tesla or any of the German brands or even, frankly, Cadillac. They're still the car that 10 years ago was breaking down on the side of the road. So they're making, I think, that if you want the best value car right now, dollar per dollar, it's a Kia. They're really good cars for not very much money. And until they build that brand cachet up, which is really hard, I think it's going to take a long time. They're the best partner for Apple because they'll have the cheapest vehicle options. Probably they're the most willing to partner with Apple because it benefits them the most. They're also probably willing to tolerate Apple shenanigans the most, and they have probably the best tech stack. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Shit. Okay. Fair.
Shit.
I'm very much. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp, everybody.
Yay! Thank you, BetterHelp, for
Yes.
sponsoring today's episode and supporting Genius Bar and the Genius listeners.
You know who really needed BetterHelp this week?
All of us, dude.
Everybody, but specifically me. Listen, life's challenges can be tough. All right, the therapists, they're here for you. Not only over text, they're also, you can call, check in with them when you need to. They've connected over 3 million people with licensed professional therapists. It's convenient and accessible anywhere. John, I know you like that it's 100% online.
I love how accessible it is. Yeah, part of my hurdles with mental health, and we talk about mental health a lot on the show, part of my hurdles is like actually having to go somewhere, be in a waiting room, and just all that process is removed, and you just get instant access to your therapist. And also something I really like is if you don't like your therapist, you can switch it. There's no drama. There's no hassle. Just switch a different therapist. Find what works for you. Do a phone call. Text them. You know, whatever you need, they're there for you. And I think HelloFresh makes therapy really accessible. And it's helped me. It's helped 3 million people as well.
Yeah, as the world's largest therapy service, BetterHelp has matched 3 million people with professionally licensed and vetted therapists, available 100% online. Plus, it's affordable. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to match with a therapist. If things aren't clicking, you can easily switch to a new therapist anytime. It couldn't be simpler, John. No waiting rooms, no traffic, no endless searching for the right therapist. Learn more and save 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/geniusbar. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/geniusbar. And thanks to them for sponsoring.
Thanks, BetterHelp.
I'm really cold, and so I've just kind of been holding my shirt out like this.
I was just going to be like, what is happening?
Oh, right.
Oh, because you dumped water on
because
yourself?
you're wet.
Are you
wet,
regretting?
right?
Really cold right now. So I have to, if it touches me, I'll probably
Go
die.
change your clothes or whatever like adults do.
Well, I can't just leave. I couldn't leave in the middle.
Thank you for announcing it.
What do you want me to? Because if I leave, why do you leave? Why is he always walking
This
off to get his
podcast
chicken
is
ting?
like Twitter. It's not an airport. You don't have to announce your departure.
So go change. Is that what you're saying?
By the way, Sam, you're right. 104,990. Whew,
Yep.
that's some
Yep.
big cheddar.
What'd
Not
you pay
worth
for
it.
your Rivian?
76.
Really?
Yeah,
What?
that's what I'm saying. Rivian's losing big cheddar. They upgrade. They changed the
Big
MSRP to like mid 90s, and then everyone that they had promised for 3 years, like, oh, this is the price you'll pay. Everyone got real sad and real grumpy. I was one of them because I was like, this was already stretching the budget. And then once they made it 90 something, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
And I said, you guys promised us a price. Where I was pissed was I got
I
invited
kind
to
of
their.
remember this on Twitter.
Yeah, I remember their press
Yeah.
event. They invited everyone out to the press event. I was one of them. And we went to Colorado And we interviewed them, and I literally asked the CEO, how confident are you in your price? Are you going to be able to accommodate this with the changing prices because of COVID? And they're like, we're very confident in our price target. And then and they did that on purpose because they knew it. They knew they couldn't hack that. But they were like, well, if we tell the press and then they go and tell everyone, oh, this car is amazing and what a good deal, and we get all the good coverage, then we can drop the bomb when we actually start shipping cars. And so they shipped cars for like 4 months, and all of them went to employees. And then once they were done with the employee shipments, they're like, hey, so we've been making cars for a little while. Turns out it's really expensive, and we're going to have to change the price by $20,000. If you got a pre-order and we promised you that price, sorry, you can cancel or you can give us 20 grand more. And everyone was so pissed. And I think the wave of cancellations was actually greater than what they anticipated. And they were like, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap.
I mean, what did they think was going to happen?
And they reverted it. So if you order a Rivian today, my truck now, if you buy it as configured, and you won't get it for 2 years, but if you buy it today, I think it's like mid 90s. But yeah, I paid 75. And for $75,000, oh, you cannot get a better car for that.
You bullied them into that price.
Yeah, they're losing big cheddar. Munro and Associates. Have you ever heard of Sandy Munro?
No.
He's a little old guy. And he used to work for Ford, I believe. His company, they take cars apart and they analyze how they're built, and they prepare documents and sell them to competitors. Like, here's how they made this. Here's what we expect the unit cost was on this. Here's what they could change that would save money on the production line. They sell it back to the manufacturers too. And every time they talk about the Rivian, they're like, these cost about $95,000 now. And we don't know how they've got to be. They're more than $95,000 for Rivian to make.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, is it just a matter of like getting Rivian out there on the market? Like take a loss for like many years?
Yeah, they had a huge IPO and raised big money. They've got I think 13 billion cash on hand. So that gives them like a burn rate of their current burn rate's like 3 billion a quarter or something crazy. But I think that they're basically fine making no money for like 4 or 5 years until they're out of money.
And then they'll make just a little bit of money.
Yeah, they've got a big partnership with Amazon. So have you seen those? The EDVs?
Dude, they're so cool.
Yeah, so those are popping up. I've seen 2 of them now.
What?
They're around.
Same. They're in St. Louis as well. You haven't seen the Amazon truck?
Yeah.
No.
So they took the battery and
They're
a
so
couple of the motors that are in their trucks, and then they made a big, huge van, a panel van.
Look at
and
this.
Amazon ordered 100,000 of them.
Oh, wow.
And so they're selling them to Amazon for lots of money. And that's
that's
like
me. That's St. Louis. I've seen him there.
Look at that.
There you go.
Is that you?
Do they have
That's
some in the mountain?
Where's John? Oh, wait. Arkansas doesn't matter as a state.
I don't know where Arkansas is.
Neither do I.
Isn't that a capital city of like South Carolina or something?
I think they gotta have more pictures. There's some really. Have you seen the TikTok that shows you like the quirks about this car and like how unique it is?
They're pretty goofy.
Cool.
So,
dude, it's so cool.
Yeah.
Look at this truck, bro.
So that's
it's
good.
So good.
That's why they had a good IPO. Is Amazon had bought 100,000 of them, so that was kind of guaranteed revenue. Ford was estimated, like they were a big investor, and everyone's like, "Oh, Ford's going to use Rivian's platform for the F-150," and then Ford was like, "Never mind," and Rivian was like, "Oh crap." So yeah.
I might end up with both the F-150 Lightning and my Cadillac.
I thought you said you had a Cybertruck on order.
Look at you.
I do, but that's never coming.
That's not true. It's I think the Cybertruck is going to be. I think late next year. Yeah, I think late next year Cybertruck.
Yeah, but I won't care by then.
Streets.
Yeah, they'll make
this time next year
by late next year.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be like
a few thousand. Yeah.
Also, is it gonna look? Yeah. Is it gonna look the way they promoted it, or is everything gonna be different by then?
I think so. Have you seen the windshield wiper?
Yes.
Is there a new design? Did they figure it out?
No. I'm pretty sure that's the one they're keeping.
Oh my
just
God.
the full shaft. Yeah, so that's going to be good. But yeah, no, I think they'll probably keep as much as the design they can.
It's a little point.
Don't run into anyone. You'll just cut them in half.
Yeah, but, no.
Well, that's why I want to be into Cybertruck.
To cut people in half?
No, so that I'm the one. So I'm the one cutting instead of the one getting cut.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Well, they just released like an internal slide deck recently that leaked, and one of the bullet points that was like a pro of this is that the metal's bulletproof, because that's a thing most people need.
What?
That's
Just like
sick.
the glass was shatterproof?
Yeah, the glass I'm pretty sure isn't. Also because that was never going to be a thing anyway, because turns out sometimes like when you get in a crash or you dump your car into the lake, you need to break the glass and get out of the car. So if the glass
not on
is too
stage with
strong,
Elon.
don't know if that's good. But anyway, yeah, the cold rolled
that's very
steel
true.
is pretty cool. I'm still very skeptical of their, not that they can't make them for less money, but it's just simple supply and demand, baby. So many people want them. If they could sell them for 120, why would they not? Look no
I
further
think
than
you're
the
right,
fact
Quinn.
that the Model S was like mid 80s when they refreshed it like a year and a half ago, and now it's 105 because they can. So
Dude, and the S is just, I don't know. I'm fine with it right now, but I actually I had canceled my Cybertruck order
You
about a
canceled
year
it.
ago when I
Yeah.
ordered my S, and then I just like last week I reordered my Cybertruck.
So here's the thing, Sam. I have a Rivian R1S on order. I bought it for my wife, but she drove it, and she's not a big electric car girl. She loves her Genesis. Speaking of Kias and Hyundais, she drives a GV80, and that thing is like so smooth on the road that she's like, yeah, no, I want to keep this. So I probably won't be keeping the R1S, but I have the original price point, so I can't not buy it because I would be nuts. So if you want that, I will sell that to you for the rights to your leak tracker and also an extra 10 grand. What do you say?
Oh my god, and a 10 grand?
No.
Because we figure $10,000 in value for the leak tracker generously.
Oh my god.
$10,000 for the, and then you're set.
What about my $5,000 offer?
That's not it.
You
I
can
know
license
how
it
much
from
you
me.
make, John, and that's just pathetic that you,
You
would even
don't.
put that on
First
the
of
table.
all, the thing that you pay for other stuff, the amount doesn't depend on how much you make. It depends on how much the thing is worth.
No, and also you have to know what the party's making. I know that.
No, that's
5
not
is-
true. So I should pay higher for milk than everyone else.
Yeah, you should. That's what I believe in socialism. I believe in redistributing wealth. I absolutely agree with that. Yes.
How much should I pay for a gallon of milk?
You $70 to $100 per gallon.
That's you're an insane person.
Nope. All right, guys, and let me just tell you what John Prosser makes in 2023.
Let's
He's gonna
not.
make.
Let's not.
He makes. Hold on. He makes $1,000.
I can censor this.
I mean,
I make $1,000. Yep.
$1. There we go,
There you go.
$1,000. Quinn,
bro.
I will put in my annual salary of $1,000
Okay.
towards whatever you're offering, Sam, and then we can be co-owners of the Apple
Okay, here's
tracking
the
thing.
I'll
Also,
license it to you for $1,000 a month.
That's it. Oh, that's way better than giving
Yeah.
Sam $5,000. Yeah, sure.
But
Yeah,
you're not
you
the
know-
exclusive licensee.
Mm,
I'm also
Just
going to
you-
license it to Mac Rumors.
Okay, you've
to
gone too
Kuoming
far.
Chi. Everyone,
You've gone too
everyone
far.
gets a piece of the pie.
You're going to
baby.
give it to Kuoming Chi, the guy that's
Yeah.
on it?
He'll fudge the numbers. He'll be like, actually, I'm 99.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what people thought
Not
I
80,
did that for
not
John,
87.
which is funny.
Oh my God, the amount of Reddit threads that talked about me giving Sam a check every month.
Yeah, wait, have you ever? No, I think technically I've given you more money than you've given me because I remember we sent each other like $1 back and forth and just kept increasing the price for like a month. Like,
That
you know,
sounds
I'd be
like
like
a rich
$1,
people
then it
game.
was $2, then $3, and $4.
Yeah, I forgot we
And then
did
I'm
that.
pretty sure you kept like the $30.
Probably, I hope so.
Did you buy a gallon of
So-
milk?
I was going to say,
half-
someone's
way
got
too
to
cheap.
Half gallon.
Way
Sorry.
too cheap. No, John and I just signed with a new ad agency, so hopefully we're both making big money.
Nice. Now,
Do you do your own ads, Quinn, or do you have somebody do it for you?
I do. Well, hold on. Do I sell my own ads? Was that the question?
Yeah.
I have a lovely administrative assistant. Then she does all my ad sales for me.
Oh.
It's
So if you wanna
in-house,
sign-
baby.
So it's in-house. Okay,
in-house.
gotcha. Do you want to be in my house?
Do you want to sell? No. I brought up the question. I get the referral bonus, John. Yes.
What would Snazzy Labs do for you?
If you could do for Snazzy Labs,
what you could do for.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. Give me 15% of all your brand deals.
I'll give you 20.
I'll manage all the communication. We can have
I'll give you 20.
we can have Xochitl do it. She's really good at it.
Who?
And then I will license to you my leak tracker. It's a pretty good
This
deal.
leak tracker's really been thrown around like
Pretty
it was
good.
put together overnight. I'll say
but
that.
I want exclusive access to it. That's the only problem.
Exclusive access to the leak tracker plus 20% in perpetuity forever.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Do you want my YouTube AdSense like the old MCNs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
you can have it.
Not
you can
that
have all
not
of
that
it.
one makes any money from that anymore,
Yeah.
but yeah. No, I'd
Dude,
like that.
I think I made $3,000 from AdSense last month.
That's
Dude,
that's
that's a
not bad.
lot.
What do you
Is it?
think?
That's incredible. Actually, I wish I was making 3,000 on AdSense right now.
Really? Is it
No,
that
I
bad
might-
out there?
Yeah, I'm pretty
It can
down
get
right now,
rough.
but
It can get rough.
it's okay. I got a plan.
Do you want to hear the real best story? We're getting real out in the weeds. Listeners are going to be like, I'm not getting any of this.
No, hang on. Let me put up Idiot Bar. I didn't have a watermark up the whole time.
Right.
There you go, Idiot Bar.
Okay, idiots, listen up.
Anything's allowed
On YouTube,
on YouTube.
there are advertisements.
Correct.
And when 1,000 people watch an advertisement,
Yes.
kind of asterisk, it's a little more complicated than that, but
Yeah.
for idiot's sake, that is called CPM. Not really. That's 1,000 people. CPM stands for cost per meal, which I believe is Latin for cost per thousand. So how much money are advertisers willing to pay for 1,000 idiots to watch their crappy pre-roll ads that nobody on YouTube watches?
Right.
Because everyone pushes skip ads button. But sometimes when you forget and you're in the toilet, you do watch it, and we make a little bit of money. Do you know what your CPMs are? I don't think you're allowed to talk about them, but I don't care.
I do.
Yeah, what is it good?
Yeah, let's compare.
No.
I don't think mine's very good
Let me give
because
you my
I'll tell you
live.
Wait,
why after, and
are
you're
you-
gonna laugh at me.
Aren't you in YouTube? I feel like I heard rumors that you were in YouTube Preferred, Quinn.
No, and I'll tell you
What
why.
do you mean
I'm
you
not.
heard rumors from who?
I feel like I heard rumors that Quinn was in YouTube Preferred. and
I
was
am
like,
not
oh
a big
my God.
money YouTuber. I'm very small.
Oh, wait, why are
Okay.
we not allowed to say our CPMs?
I don't
think
know.
that
I
was a
think it was a
rumor.
rule at some point. They're like, you can show how much money you make on YouTube. You just can't show the CPM. And you're like, but you could do the math. That's not hard. Okay, so give me your playback based CPM.
1321.
That's pretty good.
What? What?
What is yours?
1321
What is yours?
minus $4.31.
No,
No,
that's
it's
your
like-
RPM.
I know, I'm kidding. It's 1137.
Okay, that's not bad. Mine's about the same as Sam's. 1339.
Why do you guys get more than me? Because I
my
said bad
RPM's
words?
445.
That's
So
wait. What?
445.
Bro, mine's 624.
Yeah. So listen to this. Here's my story for you. Okay.
Okay.
So back in the day,
YouTube preferred.
listeners, idiots, there was this thing called MCNs. Okay.
So
Multi-channel
fucking
networks.
hell.
You remember your Machinima, your
Huh? Full screen.
full screen. Yeah.
I was with full
These
screen for a long
were-
time.
Studio
These were
70.
liars. They were
One.
liars that promised you things in return for a fraction of that money that you would get from Google. every month.
Royalty-free music, baby.
That's right. They'd give you royalty-free music. They would help you with brand deals. That's a lie. They never did. They really only gave attention to the big YouTubers that could make them major cheddar. And it makes sense. If you're making $800 a month on AdSense and they get 15% of that, $100 or whatever that is, that's even less, is not that much money for
Unless
someone
you
to
have
spend
a
time on your channel.
lot of those
Okay?
people signing
All right,
up
so-
for $100.
I kind of don't put it past them, but they are kind of crooks and they'd promise a bunch of stuff. They'd have really convoluted contracts that they'd get you to sign, and then they'd be like, well, actually, you can't get out of
I took full
the
screen to
agreement.
court.
I threatened to sue, and then they just
were you
dropped
with?
it. I was with full screen.
Oh,
yeah.
really? Huh?
Yeah. hmm
Bro.
I had an 85-15 type agreement, and they were like, that's a really good agreement. We usually take more, but since you're a big YouTuber with 180,000 subscribers, that's what we're going to give you. And I was like, okay. And yeah, Yeah, I gave Fullscreen thousands of dollars in exchange for a crappy Epidemic Sounds library. Which, by the way, I do think I got my money's worth because they didn't disable my Fullscreen account for probably 6 years.
I was gonna say, dude, I think I'm still using my Fullscreen Epidemic account.
Yeah. They finally closed mine last year, but I was like, I left you 6 years ago and I'm still using that $50 a month music if it's the death
Are they still around?
No, they got bought by Verizon, I think. And then
AT&T.
And then they got
Warner
turned into
Media.
like some weird little agency. Anyway, so long story short, MCNs existed. And that was because YouTube was growing super fast. Originally, way back in the day when I started YouTube 14 years ago, if you were a small, like a big YouTuber, which back then was like 5,000 subscribers maybe, they would invite you to what they called the partner program, which was the opportunity to make money on YouTube.
Did you do it where you had to send a letter in the mail and get one back?
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's all I got.
They still have the YouTube partner program, but it's not at all the same thing. Now you can just apply. You need to have like 10,000 views over the last like month or something, or 3 months or total. I don't know. But back then it was a pretty prestigious thing. There were no strict rules. It wasn't once you hit this many views, it was just you'd apply and they'd say yes or no. And no one knew what was the trigger.
They would send you a letter.
Yeah. This became quite a stupid system. And there were too many people that were becoming partners. And one of the benefits to being a YouTube partner was that you could contact people at YouTube if something went wrong.
Yeah.
That was a really valuable thing because lots of things go wrong on YouTube. So they say, we're going to bring MCNs. All these companies, we're just gonna outsource all of the hard work to these guys. They can charge a little bit of money to the YouTubers. In exchange, they can provide, well, whatever they want, royalty-free music, or whatever, but mostly service, so that if something goes wrong, they go to them. And then there's some people that have contacts in YouTube in case it's actually a YouTube problem, because we don't want to deal with those people.
Not real.
Yeah. So that was all a disaster. Didn't really work and came tumbling down probably, I don't know, what, 2013, 2014? No, later. 2015, 2016, probably. Anyway, so they kind of shut that whole thing down. Machinima goes like bankrupt or whatever.
They were actually like connected to your channel in the dashboard too.
They could see all your analytics. They would actually, YouTube would pay your MCN. So you would never get money from YouTube. They would pay Fullscreen or whomever, and then Fullscreen would pay you. So
there was a time where Fullscreen didn't pay out for 4 months.
That's very bad.
Yeah.
So there were some issues like that where it was sketchy. They also, the other theoretical benefit, which never tangibly happened, but the other theoretical benefit was if Fullscreen was like, hey, we've got a lot of really big creators on our website. Coca-Cola. We know you want to advertise on YouTube, but we know you want to advertise with only the best creators. We've got them. If you come to us, we're going to charge you twice as much for these ads, but we're only going to put you on the best YouTubers. And in some instances, some creators had negotiated a little bit of a higher CPM. They'd get more money per 1,000 impressions because it was deemed that their viewers were more valuable.
Yes.
So that all comes tumbling down. MCNs are not really a thing anymore. I leave, and then there's this little company called Vox Media that goes, hey, we're starting an MCN. And everyone was like, wow, terrible timing. And Vox was like, but
we're talking about the same company that owns The Verge and
and SB Nation and and they were like,
MKBHD.
Hold on. And
this podcast, at least.
That's right. They're like, but hold on, we're not an MCN. We're not going to do support for you. That's because MCNs aren't really a thing anymore. So you still talk to YouTube. Your contact's still at YouTube. You still have a YouTube partner manager, which I've never had and don't think I'll ever get. And then, all we're going to do is sell extra expensive ads on your channel. And we're not taking a percentage of anything that you make right now. So you keep 100% of that. If we can sell nicer ads for you, we'll do it. And we're going to take 40% of that. But the rest is yours, baby. That's all you. And then they guaranteed for a period of time a minimum CPM. So my minimum CPM that was guaranteed was $11. And so they told me, for all the ads we're going to sell on your channel, for the Coca-Colas and the big brands that want to run pre-rolls and mid-rolls weren't really a thing yet. They kind of were, but mid-rolls and pre-rolls and post-rolls, basically. we're gonna give you $10 of whatever we sell CPM. So great thing in theory, and surely it worked. My checks went from I don't know $1,800 at the time to $2,500. It was just free money for doing nothing, and all the big YouTubers were on Vox's network. You had Marquez, you had Dave Lee, you had Unbox Therapy, you had Austin Evans, and it was a very exclusive club. There was one guy that worked at Vox, and he was in charge of this little MCN. That was it. So here's the thing.
Oh, no.
I think he left Vox pretty soon after. The whole thing kind of came tumbling down. It didn't really work. And most of the smart YouTubers presumably were like, well, this is of no benefit to me. I'm going to leave. Snazzy Labs.
Oh, no.
Good old Quinn was like, well, I don't know if they're still around or whatever. So up until today, I get my checks from Vox Media.
Quinn, no. Are you serious?
No, hold on.
I don't know if
Okay.
this is bad. I don't know if this is bad.
Well, it is, because you heard my RPM. So
You don't own your AdSense stuff?
no. And my ads are getting paid out quite low because I don't think I have any preference in placement because Vox Media's MCN is not a real thing. So I get crappy payment from YouTube. Here's why I will tell you that I haven't done anything yet. Okay. So this is the thing. It's so bad, in fact, that when I get my check every month from Vox Media, it says, "Hello, writer. Thank you for writing for Vox Media."
Oh my God.
I am processed with the same 1099s that their freelance writers for The Verge and whatever, what they write for and what they make. So to them, I am no different than someone writing.
Are you going to do anything
articles
about
a month
that?
for
Or
The
is that
Verge.
just how it is? You live it. That's your life.
So let me tell you why I haven't done anything about it. I'm terrified of YouTube. It's a spooky black box, and when things aren't broken, you don't touch it. I'm not going to name drop him because I'm not going to name drop him, but there was a YouTuber that I was very good friends with who's a big YouTuber. Y'all know he was doing very, very, very good on YouTube. And let's just say his name was Greg's Gadgets. It wasn't actually Greg's Gadget, but let's say it was, okay?
Yeah,
Greg's Gadgets goes, you know what? This is not a cool channel name anymore. Everyone, all the big guys, it's Austin Evans, it's Marquez Brownlee, it's Jonathan Morrison. It's not Greg's Gadgets. So he goes, I'm going to change my channel's name to Greg Johnson, okay?
Okay.
I don't know who Greg's, anyway. He goes, I'm going to change my channel to Greg Johnson. And he does. And his viewership plummets like on a dime, and he stops getting views. He stops getting recommended by the algorithm. And he goes, well, hold on now. All I did was change my channel name. And he's telling people on Twitter, he's like, I changed my name and it ruined my channel. And everyone at YouTube's like, no, it didn't. That's not how YouTube works. And he's like,
Typical.
Well, then what happened? My content's the same. And they're like, well, maybe your content's just sale. He's like, no, it happened on this month that I changed it. Something happened. And they said, no, I don't know what that is. So he goes, this is bull crap. I'm changing my name. So then he's like, I'm Greg's Gadgets again. And guess what? It was fine. It all went back to normal.
Who was this? I need to
I'm
know.
not telling you on the live stream. So
Can you text it to me?
Yeah, sure.
Wait, no, we can edit this. Actually, this isn't
Okay.
live.
Let me make sure he didn't change it back. He might have changed it back again. Let's see. Nope, it's back. Okay, you got to edit this out, all right?
Okay.
A few moments later.
So we go back to the story.
Yes.
So
Now that
he
we know who it
changes
is,
his channel
very
name back
juicy.
to Greg's Macintosh or whatever, and Greg's
Yeah.
Gadgets, and it's all good. So this is why I am still with Vox Media. I don't want to touch nothing.
Well, I
'Cause-
will tell you that I had a similar. So I was with Studio 71. That was the
Okay.
last like MCN I was with,
Mhm.
and they did like a couple brand deals here and there. So that part they like
They were of
fulfilled
some value.
a little bit,
Uh-huh.
but then they weren't, and
Yep.
I started to get like much more popular than I was before, making way more than I was when I signed with them.
Mhm.
And the bigger the checks get, the bigger the chunk they get, and they weren't doing
Anything.
literally anything. And every month on the first, they were taking thousands of dollars and giving me the rest. And so it was one of those things where I was like, hey, I would like to part. My manager from Studio 71 had left at this point. So I had a new one. And I was like, actually, I want to be out. They said no. they were going to just automatically renew my contract because I had to inform them within 94 days or something very specific. And so I took them to court. Well, we didn't go all the way to court because luckily they let it go. And the issue was they let me go out of my contract, but YouTube, the dashboard, still had me connected to them. And so I had to find someone at YouTube to disconnect me. And then after I got disconnected, Quinn, every single video unmonetized. No ads on anything on the channel. The channel's not monetized anymore. I had to reapply for the YouTube Partner Program. So yes, it was a mess. Mm-hmm. But also, it's fine now.
Came out a victor.
And it took like a month. So I know I understand why you're scared, but so I'd be more scared to like what's going to happen to Vox. And
that's true. But here's why I don't want to touch nothing. In theory, Vox isn't taking any of my money. They're just not selling anything extra. My CPM is not very good, but it's fine. No one makes money from AdSense anyway.
Correct.
So I don't want to touch it. A few months ago, I said, hey, I would like to leave this program now. And the person who's in charge of billing at Vox Media, who's like paying payroll, is like, I don't know who you are. And they're like, we don't work with YouTubers. I'm like, you do. I think it's just me.
You work with YouTuber.
Yeah. And so I said, can you please find someone that can help me with this issue? And she's like, sure, I'll get back to you. I don't hear anything back. So after like a week and a half, I'm like, hey, not to bug you, but did you find anyone that knows what's going on? And they're like, we don't know, actually. No, I haven't found someone, but I have an idea of who it might be. Goes another week, I haven't heard anything. So I'm like, I got connections. I DM Nilay Patel on Twitter and go, hey man, do you know of anyone that might be able to help me with this predicament? And he's like, I did not know we still worked with YouTubers. And I was like, yeah, it's just me, I think. I'm pretty sure everyone left like 4 years ago. And they find someone and she's like, hey, I've never been in charge of this, but based on documentation we found on our dashboard, you should be able to leave. However, be careful because when you leave, it's going to nuke all of your analytics data. So you're going to start fresh, but you'll still be part of the YouTube Partner Program because you were before becoming a part of Vox. And I was like, okay. And I'm like,
how did they build this to make this?
I don't know. And I'm like, okay, this sucks, but that's fine. I'm going to download all the CSVs of all my data. And I'm like, we should be good to go. And I go to the page where there's a button that says disconnect Vox Media. Yeah. There's no button. The button doesn't exist. So I email her back and I go, hey, there's supposed to be a button here. Yeah, there's not. It just says partner, like channel managed by Vox Media since whatever 2015. Yeah. And she's like, well, there should be a button. Turn your ad blocker off. I'm like, ma'am,
ad blocker.
I know computers. Trust me. I use different browsers. There's no button. The button's not real. And she goes, this is really weird, but I don't have anyone to contact at YouTube because we don't work with YouTube. And so I go, okay. I message a friend of mine who I know has some contacts at YouTube. And I said, hey friend, can you help me find this button? I don't think I got a button. And someone emails back after like a week and a half and they're from the engineering team. And they're like, we don't actually we can disconnect you on our side, but that button should be there. That's very weird. And then they were like, if you want me to, we can disconnect it from our side. But then I got so scared because even YouTube was like, this is weird. And I'm like, don't touch it.
Yeah.
It works. Leave it. I don't care.
Oh, hey there.
What was that sound, Sam?
I'm just using my weed whacker for my nose, but also the Platinum Package 4.0 from
Is that
Manscaped.
the weed whacker from the Platinum Package 4.0 from Manscaped?
We got the weed whacker, which be taking care of the weeds. We got the main tool for the parts, bro. It's just the parts, the balls.
We got shampoos, body washes, upstairs and downstairs deodorant, gels, exfoliants, absolutely everything that you could need to keep all of your areas clean. Don't let your chestnuts roast into wrong boxers. Get a pair of Manscaped boxers, which, by the way, I'm wearing right now. They're actually super soft and very. They hold my boys up. You know what I mean? They hold my boys up and support them.
And after you use that lawnmower 4.0 for the advanced skin safe technology, that's a life changer. You know, you put it down there, then you put on that ball deodorant.
Listen, skin
Put on
safe
some of that
technology is
cologne.
exactly what it sounds like, and it's exactly why you need it.
Listen, man, you guys, check your balls, you know, love your balls. They're important.
Nose hair, ear hair trimmers, everything. They got scissors, clippers, tweezers. The package comes with everything, including premium body washes and stuff, which I use every day. The premium body wash I love so much, but they also have a brand new preserved cologne that brings a light, breezy, woodsy feel and gives that fresh tree scent even after the holidays are over. They're all, dude, there's so much in there. They've also introduced a new body buffer, which is their loofah, or the puff ball as I like to call it. You can get 20% off of everything here, plus free shipping, yeah. Free shipping with code GENIUS at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. Use code GENIUS. Manscaped is the perfect gift that will be the biggest holiday hit.
It's so good. Thank you, Manscaped, for sponsoring.
Oh,
Damn, Quinn.
no.
Well, Quinn, now you've got me scared shitless because I'm going to rebrand to Apple Track on YouTube.
It might be fine now. Here's the thing. YouTube changes its mind about
When
what's
did this
okay and what's
happen
not
with
every
Greg's
day.
gadgets?
Greg's Johnson.
It was a few years ago now.
Okay.
Probably 2018, 2019. It was
That's
when
that's kind of
everyone-
close to right now, though.
I was going to say, I
maybe-
was looking at their channel and I didn't
No,
see the dip.
I'm lying. It was more than that because it's back when everyone was changing their channels to their name. So this is probably 2015, 2016. So I'm sure by now Google's they've lubed the pipes. They know how things work.
Yeah, Sam's
And,
going to go through a complete rebrand, and
I'm sure
ruin
you'll be
everything.
fine. But if you change your name to Apple Track and everything explodes,
Just change it
be
back.
like, I didn't update that. I update nothing.
Just kidding. Going back now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Holy
Greg
shit,
Johnson.
dude.
What a guy.
So YouTube is basically held together with little popsicle sticks and glue, and if you touch anything, it all explodes.
Yeah.
But everyone
And it's
that works
only
at
your
YouTube's like,
livelihood, so.
yeah, right. And everyone that works at YouTube is like, oh, that's folklore. That's not real. And you're like, well, then what's the truth? Because there's some
Yeah.
fishy business going on around here.
And it'd be fine if we
yeah.
didn't feed other people, but it's not a
Yeah,
real
that's a
risk.
problem. I feed myself. I have a pretty good life. I don't want to mess with that. And my account is so old that I've already had problems like this in the past because my YouTube account is 15 years old. So like all the Google Plus stuff screwed it up. I was a partner before YouTube, like partner program was a thing. Now you don't even interface with AdSense anymore. But back in the day, I had
Yeah.
to sign up for an AdSense and it had to be different than
That's
my
how,
YouTube account.
That's how mine is still. It's all.
Yeah, and if
it's
you
a
go in to
complete
change something,
catastrophe.
it flips out because it's like you don't have your AdSense isn't hooked up because it's not hooked up to your email, and you're like, no, my AdSense is hooked up to a different email, and then YouTube's like, no, it's not. You can't do that. I'm like,
Yeah, it's
"Trust
like your
me,
AdSense
it
account is separate and then your YouTube account, but then it's connected. And also right
Yep.
now AdSense created like AdSense for YouTube, so now it's separate
It's not
again.
even like a thing, but it is, and yeah,
It's not your problem. You work for Vox Media.
that's true. That's true.
Bro.
I am an independent writer for The Verge.
Bro, our lives are so hard as YouTubers. No one will understand our pain.
Yeah, that's true.
I can't believe you. You're just like,
is a
what's
wild
gonna
story.
happen, Quinn?
What if
When-
Vox Media goes out of business?
I don't like to talk about it. All right, if they go out of business, which I don't think is going to happen, then
But,
I'll be
like,
like,
what
hey
if-
guys?
Just like all it takes is someone to flip a switch there that has just existed there that no one knows about, and then it's all
but
gone.
I don't know. I don't feel like Vox has admin control over my account. Maybe they
But what
do.
if you
I don't
get
know.
disconnected without knowing, and then it's
Could
just like,
Neeli log in and delete a bunch of my videos? I don't think so.
I don't think so,
So-
but I know they could disconnect their shit, and then all of a sudden all of your normal stuff is demonetized until you.
Yeah, but if that happens for like a couple weeks, then I'll be like, and then I'll go figure it out.
Yeah.
But-
Oh no, I lost $1,000 that I was going to make that month.
yeah,
from
but that's
AdSense.
like I have to fix a problem. This is me actively not wanting to create a problem. It's probably fine, but I'm not gonna poke the bear.
Well, I make the same CPM, and I'm not with Vox. Sam makes more than us.
Yeah. So he's the
$13
$70 milk guy.
Exactly.
He just poured water all over his
Dude,
AirPods
yeah,
Max.
he
and
drinks
changed them
water
twice
out of a
and
carton.
On
like $500
AdSense,
headphones?
Bro.
Yeah, I bet your AirPods
No.
Max are ruined now.
No, Don't.
I
Why
hope they
would you
teach you
put
a
that out
lesson.
there, man?
I don't think there's any other news for us to cover.
There's so much news we didn't even get to.
like
Apple
what?
We
Music-
talk
Name
about
one
news
thing.
in the first place. Sorry.
Literally, the Apple Music Live feature that just got announced today.
That does
yeah.
what?
Karaoke.
Literally, essentially
Pina
putting karaoke companies out of business. Pretty big deal.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huge, dude. Are you going to pull
I've
it up on
heard-
the screen or nah?
Yeah.
Quinn.
I've heard Japan's really excited. We're not big
I'm
into
really
karaoke over
excited.
here. Oh, you're a karaoke guy?
No, it's fun to go to the shimmering lights on the coastline. Don't know how we're here.
So you're not a
I would
karaoke
like-
guy.
What do you mean? I just sang the lyrics on the screen.
Okay, so they launched that. Okay, great. What are the other news?
No, this is a big deal. Look at the engagement. People say they care about it, okay?
Okay, wow. Okay, great.
You know what
That
people
is
don't
kinda
care
cool.
about?
It
The
is kind
VR
of cool
headset.
being able to adjust the volume of the vocalist, though. That's kind of neat.
Come on. Look at this. There still could be a January event, according to Guominchi. He's just unsure. He's like, I don't know if it's still happening, but like, that's what I had heard.
Dude,
I'm unsure there's an event too.
I don't think you understand. I am going to buy this headset so hard.
Yeah.
And I don't know, Quinn, it's been over a year since you've been on the show. Sam and I, hard to believe, have turned into quite the VR enthusiasts.
So am I. You're in good company.
It's odd because VR is one of those things where I like foldables. I shit on it for so long. There's so much footage of me on this show saying it's bad that I don't get it, and then you can't explain it. It's like once you're in it and then you finally get it, I will pay obscene amounts of money, very expensive milk carton amounts of money for this Apple headset.
It really is a black swan. I mean, there's probably like 5 or 10 events in my life that I'll never forget that you're just like, this is the future.
Yeah.
And me putting on the HTC Vibe for the first time, that was one of them.
Wow.
The Vive?
The Vive, yeah.
What
the
year
original
what
Vive.
year did you put it on? Oh, so like 2014, 15?
2016, maybe 2017. I
That
tried
was
the
great.
original Oculus dev kit back at CES in probably 2015, but that was still kind of sucky. So I was like, this is cool, but I don't know. And then I tried the Vive and I was like,
Yeah,
this
but
is the future.
The original Vive was the one with the cameras all around, right?
You had 2, they're called
Yeah.
lighthouses. So everything now does what they
Excuse
call
me.
Yeah. Everything now does what they call inside out tracking.
Yeah.
So all of the sensors are located in the headset.
That is
and then-
incredible, dude. The Quest 2 is like, or whatever. What is it?
Yeah.
The Meta Quest, whatever the fuck they call it.
Mhm.
It's like, it's okay.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's okay and standalone makes it amazing.
Which is very cool.
That's
Yeah.
incredible.
And it does inside out tracking, or it does outside in tracking, or inside out. Yeah, inside out, because it
Inside
sees the things. Outside in tracking is, I don't remember which one's which, but basically, like the original Oculus Rift, for example, it had like little cameras that you would place around the room, and they were USB cameras, and they would watch where the headset went because the headset would project little IR stuff. The Vive was different, and the Valve Index works this way, and it's still the best way to do VR. It's just ridiculous and no one does it because it's a pain to set up, but you have to mount these lighthouses in each corner of your room, and they transmit a bunch. There's a laser that spins like crazy, and there's a field of lasers that have like little identifications like attached to them. So like this is laser 244B, and then your headset goes, I see 244B right here. And so the headset actually tells the computer where it's located in space,
but that's
rather
too
than being
much.
told inversely.
Like the fact
And,
that,
so
okay,
good.
it's the accessibility feature that makes this stuff incredible. Like, okay, those experiences are great, especially being plugged into a PC. Phenomenal,
Have
great.
you played Half-Life, Alex?
No, I haven't played
No,
Half-Life
not yet,
Alyx.
but I've heard that's the one to play.
Here's the thing. We're all fairly young blokes. You didn't play the Half-Life games as a kid, did you?
I did, yes.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Nerd.
Not.
Dude, and the
I
Black
didn't.
Mesa mod?
There you go. So you should play it, Alex.
Yeah.
I had no
Yeah.
affinity to Half-Life. I tried to play Half-Life 1, the Black Mesa mod, and then I tried to play Half-Life 2, and I was like, yeah, it feels like an old game. Like, it's cool,
Really?
but I couldn't appreciate it because it was, but I played, and I haven't finished it because I moved, and then I never got back into it. But like the first 3 hours of Half-Life Alyx, it's like you're like, this is, I don't know how anyone could use this and not think, yep, this is the future. It's crazy.
What's going to game change this for everyone, I think, is accessibility though. Like the Quest 2 is amazing because it's standalone. And that's what removes the layers of access for quote unquote like regular people. You can't expect them to plug a bunch of shit in and put cameras around their room. The standalone access to this stuff is what makes it incredible. And it's that experience is going to expand and get better that is going to be, to me, that's the future. Not necessarily, I think the how far you can push these things like on the Vive or plugging the Quest into the PC is incredible, but being able to do it without any other attachments, being able to hand it to someone and for them to be able to get it just on its own, just put this on your head. That's it.
No,
that's amazing.
Have to do it. Yep.
No, I mean, I was a skeptic as well, and I mean,
after I got my Quest, it happened on the show where I was like, Sam, you don't understand. This is great. And we went back and forth, and he eventually ordered one, and now we do it like every week after the podcast.
Yeah, it's fun. And there's a company that's pretty well known for making really good chips that don't get too hot and don't use that much juice for a certain battery-powered type headset. I had this conversation with my employee. He's very much an AR, VR pessimist, where I am very much an optimist. And he's like, I just don't see what Apple could do that would make it compelling to normal people.
Even at this point, just resolution would be game changing. Jesus.
Yeah, I think where Apple's going to win is where Apple has won in everything that Apple's winning at right now. It's the reason they continue to pick up iOS market share. It's the integration with their other platforms. If you could open up your MacBook lid or have you don't even need a MacBook. You just have a keyboard and mouse, or maybe just use your hands to have like a multi-screened experience that's Apple-esque with that level of polish. If they could pull that off, then they can make what a lot of people have said, like, oh, this is going to be the future. They can make it a reality and make it actually usable. Because there's a lot of like AR pass-through stuff that you're like, this is cool, but it's still bad. But if Apple made it good, which and this is where I'm a fanboy, I tend to think that Apple doesn't ever really release objectively bad products. Some are better than others, but they're not going to release steamy poo-poo. And pretty much everything that's out there right now, save for in the gaming space, is steamy poo-poo. Then I think that there's some real exciting stuff that's in the pipeline.
Yes, sir.
Also, app support, just developers developing for this is going to be huge.
Yeah, it's true. And their APIs and Reality Kit or whatever they call it is going to be fantastic. And they're not really. I mean, the iOS and iPadOS, they're very huge gaming platforms from a revenue standpoint. PC gamers are not going to look at the iPhone and be like, yeah, that's a gaming platform, but it is. But where games have flourished in VR is primarily on the Quest, because that's what the best-selling headset is. And so you've almost had the kind of the console effect that a lot of PC gamers hate too, where they're like, oh, the graphics are sucky because this was designed for consoles. Imagine if someone built a game for PC nowadays. And that's what the Quest has, where there was a bunch of really good, and people got mad. There's a game called Onward that was the best game I've ever played in my life. I put 100 hours or something into that game, which for me, who never plays video games, is quite a lot. It was a Arma-like first-person shooter. And so you spawn into the game. You
Onward?
Have you played Pavlov?
No.
Oh, that's
the thing. I'm not a huge gamer either, but it's because I have a problem. Like if there's a game that I like, you won't see me. I won't do anything.
You would spawn with like 3 or 4 other people onto your team, and then on the other side of the map, another team would spawn. Okay. You have 1 life. Once you die, you're dead. And you would walk around with your analog stick, and you'd move your head, and you could look around the environment. And it's very kind of military-esque in the sense that, like, if you want to throw a grenade, you've got to pull it off of your chest, you've got to pull the pin, and then you've got to lob it across the map. And where you throw it, it's going to go. And then for your guns, you'd pull your assault rifle off your back, you'd grip it, and then you have to aim down the sight to shoot your opponents. And it was so much fun. And this game was so amazing. And the graphics were incredible. And then the Quest came around, And they nerfed everything big time because they wanted it to run on the Quest, which was significantly weaker hardware. And rather than make like a PC version and a Quest version, they're like, there's not large enough market share yet to support each version by itself.
Lowest common denominator.
Yep. And so they totally ruined this game. And now the graphics are poo-poo and the draw distance is terrible. Like you used to be able to snipe. You could like, and it's VR. So you'd have to lay down on the ground.
Oh my God.
To snipe, and people would do it, and then you'd like stand up and you'd jump and you'd run away. It was so much fun. And now the draw distance sucks, so like sniping is worthless because you can only see like 50 yards in front of you. So it's ruined. But I say all this because I think that Apple, they've proven with the iPhone and with the iPad that really, really, really good mobile games can exist. Mm-hmm. And if they translate that to a really powerful VR AR headset and they become the market leader, then everyone's just gonna make stuff for them, and they will be a gaming giant. And that's where
they're gonna have Mac level chips in them, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, they would have to, I think. Dude. The iPad has Mac level chips in it.
Yeah, well.
And it's dumb. So imagine something that actually needs power. Yeah.
And like 8K displays for both eyes. Oh, dude.
I'm very excited. I think it could be a big failure, but I don't think so because A, it's Apple, house. And B, it's Apple. So I think it will
us three will single-handedly keep the platform alive. It'll just be us three and FaceTime with our emojis.
Yeah. If we will be there. Play the one army game that's on that. I do not care.
So that got delayed. It's like third quarter of
you need Twitter again, bud. You're slipping.
Here's where I think it makes sense. Right? This is a new platform. It's going to have completely new APIs. It's going to have a bunch of new work that developers need to do. So I see it going one of two ways. There's either a specific keynote just for it, because this is not a thing that you share with other. This is not something you bundle into an iPad keynote, right? This is its own thing. So it has its own thing in the first half of the year, or I think it just makes the most sense to announce it at WWDC and say, hey, it's shipping later this year, and we're releasing everything to make your apps for it starting today. And there's a simulator, and maybe you'll even be able to use a Valve Index or an Oculus Quest in order, you plug your Meta Quest in and you can simulate the new AR thing. I don't know, but they're going to have a way to do that.
It has to be its own thing because they have to, Apple, in their marketing, they have to like, number one, they have to introduce it, tell us why it's great, but then they have to tell regular people why it's worth considering.
Yep.
They have to explain. So that's where I think it makes sense. For a lot of people, Apple's going to have to explain VR and AR.
Well, that's part of the problem is you can't. You guys just said it. Like, you got to just try be in it. So that's where I was also thinking the other day, like, COVID was bad, obviously, but the keynotes that they're doing now were like the greatest thing for Apple, because can you imagine them trying to demo a headset like that on stage? Like Craig, like, and now I'm seeing that. Like, no, no. You've got to have some.
That's a good point.
Crazy, like, they might even have.
That's a really great point,
AR mode or something that you could watch the keynote on your iPad and it does AR in your room. I don't know.
Oh,
but they've got to do something.
If we can watch future Apple events in VR, I'm gonna lose it.
No, I don't. Okay, here's my thing though. I like VR, but I'm very happy using it for a couple hours and moving on, if that. Like a couple hours, maybe once a week. Okay. Like I don't want to like have to watch videos in VR all the time or have to wear the headset for Apple stuff. Like it's cool if it's an option, but
you've always wanted to be at an Apple event. Maybe this is your only way.
Stop.
In VR.
Okay. Speaking of Apple, let's close with this. It's a clip that I want to get some thoughts on. A riveting interview from our friends over at Fox News. Everybody give it up for Fox News.
Most trusted source for Genius Bar.
All right.
That's real big on Twitter lately, I think.
There is a pretty crazy interview they did with Apple's CEO,
Did they bombard Tim Cook?
Just watch.
Do you have any reaction to the factory workers that were beaten and detained for protesting COVID lockdowns? Do you regret restricting airdrop access that protesters used to evade surveillance from the Chinese government?
I'm cringing to death.
Do you think it's problematic to do business with the Communist Chinese Party when they suppress human rights? Do you have any reaction?
First of all, The first question's fair. The second and third questions, Fox News, they actively are against when it's not. Anyway, that's getting too political.
But I gotta say, I mean, pretty ballsy, Fox News. That's not bad. I've seen worse entertainment before. I like it.
Dude, I can't. I almost cringed to death.
Yeah, no, secondhand embarrassment is very real with that one. Here's the thing.
Oh,
What is Tim Cook
is
supposed to
stone
do?
cold in that.
What is Tim Cook supposed to say?
Tim Cook won't say anything. Yeah, Tim Cook won't say any. You come at Tim Cook like that, he's not going to tell you shit. Like when Tim talks, it's on his time and his interview on the platform he chooses. He's not. You can't just walk up to him no matter what you say, he's not going to say shit.
Oh yeah,
Because obviously all those things are problematic. To be clear, I think that Apple shouldn't have restricted AirDrop. I think that the human rights, but there's also something to be said about like it's Foxconn that is doing the lockdowns. It's China that's doing the lockdowns. Apple is not the company that is forcing them.
Well, and to be fair, Apple is like, they're squeaking out. Like they're going to start not assembling in China, right? Is that what's happening?
In India and in a couple other places.
They already do assemble in India, but they're going to pull out from.
Yeah.
They're making iPads in India now. They were only making iPhones for India in India, I believe, and now they're making
So I think
Chinese. Now a lot of iPhones being sold in China are made in India.
That's what I think people need to look at instead of questioning Tim Cook like this, going at him like this. Of course, he's not going to say anything while they're actively working with them. They know it's bad, so they've got to come out clean and have a backup plan. Because if they say the wrong thing, if they mess up, then it prevents production for a lot of people everywhere. Whereas if they just don't say anything, they quietly remove all of their shit and then say what they want to say.
It is kind of a little bit fun to watch though, because everyone's been saying for years like Apple's getting they're putting too much into China.
Yeah,
they gotta diversify a little bit. They're doing too much, and Tim Cook was like, "No, this is how we make the most money." And then they did make all the money, but now, well, you maybe shouldn't have done that.
Yeah,
so it's kind of funny to see them be like, "You gotta change."
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's like you got to step.
Quinn is a Fox News journalist.
You got to step back and look at the bigger picture. Like there's bombarding Tim Cook in a hallway and being like, you're bad. What do you think about being bad? And just taking a step back and looking at their actions and what they're doing. They're trying to be less dependent on China. Unfortunately, that's the bed they made and they're laying in it. And until we have a better option, what are they supposed to say? Like it's not just being there doesn't mean they agree with everything that's happening in China. In fact, I would say the fact that they're leaving,
actively don't.
The fact that they're leaving says more than anything. But like, it's to be in Tim's position right now is a little rough.
Yeah, I just thought it was funny because it was just like a TMZ interview. Like I would love to see like an actual like sit down and have them ask those exact same 3 questions.
But he can't answer them until they're out of China. Until they have less dependency on China, he can't say.
Yeah, like anything.
And even then, he's Tim Cook. He's not going to say anything because he doesn't.
He's a master.
He doesn't want to hurt sales in China. And Tim Cook is the exemplar CEO of the most valuable company in the world. He ain't saying nothing about anything, and when he does say something, it's going to be just a bunch of nothing anyway.
Yeah,
nothing he ever says means anything. It's just always like,
except
bugaboo.
I really like what we're doing with AR. And I'll challenge you. I think Apple's going to have some pretty interesting applications for augmented reality.
Yeah, that's how he says it.
That's what he says.
Exactly. A little more.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just thought that was an interesting clip, and I thought I would share it.
That was very cringy.
Yeah. I think we should end on that. Should we keep talking? What's the vibe?
No, that's the most I
think we
got.
should all go to the Apple Mac Pro factory that our Lord and Savior Donald Trump made happen. That definitely was not already open since 2013.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Yep.
We opened the factory.
Mm-hmm.
It's a beautiful factory.
The best. It's the best factory.
Been here. They make
people.
really old circle computers. That
People tell me
good.
it's the most beautiful factory.
The new
It's
Mac
the most
Pros are
beautiful
still made in
factory.
China. Yep.
All
what
right,
do they
guys.
do there? Because that's still open.
They
What
make
are they
Mac
doing?
Pros. What do you mean?
They make
No, they don't. The big Mac Pros are made in China.
Oh.
Look at the
Wait,
bottom.
did Apple gaslight the U.S. government?
Yeah.
So what's
We were
there
like-
right now?
we're like, well, because when Trump announced that, they weren't making the new Mac Pro yet. They were still making the really crappy 2013 Mac Pro. They were probably
trash
making
can.
like 10 a year, but they were still making those. And now they make all the Mac Pros in China. So I don't know what they're doing with that Texas factory. But
Are they assembled in the place?
No. If you look at the bottom of a Mac Pro, it says made in China. Yeah. I don't know. I can go get mine if you want. It's like 80 pounds, but I got.
You have a Mac Pro?
Yeah. I still have one. It's been for sale locally and on certain online websites for about 7 months now, and no one's wanted to buy it. I can't blame them. But yeah, if you want a Mac Pro,
or is it just
hit
sitting?
me up. Huh?
Do you use it, or is it just sitting there?
It's just it's a nice. It's a
what
nice
are the
side
specs?
table.
Pitch it to the audience. Maybe someone will take it.
Yeah.
It is the I don't remember. It's the 12 core. It's got 96 gigs of RAM. It's got a W5700X and the 580X, and it's I made a modification. I cut a little bit of the aluminum off of the back of it so that I could pull the cover off without having to plug everything. That was a nice quality of life improvement.
So it's one of a kind.
I put some LEDs inside, so it's blue, so you know it's faster and
one of a
cool.
kind machine.
That's
and
right.
you will sign it, I hear.
It's artesian, and I will sign it if you want. And also, it comes with 3D printed wheels. They're like stilettos. I didn't want to buy the
it
real
doesn't
wheels.
even
Too
come
much
with the
money.
real wheels.
I'm not paying for the real wheels.
Bro,
It's got some.
you got
it's
that
got
Vox
some
Media
Herman
money.
Miller,
It's custom
got
made.
Some Herman Miller rubber razor scooter wheels on the bottom, and it's screwed into some carbon fiber 3D printed shoes. It sits about 3 inches taller than your average Mac Pro.
Look at
So
that.
better.
Custom made.
Yeah, it's hot.
So
rod
what's
for
your daily driver Mac then?
sure. You will be shocked because I am shocked. My current one, but I don't edit videos.
Wait,
My current
define
one,
daily driver.
It's sitting right here on my desk plugged in, and I only use it 9 to 5, and then I go home and use a different computer.
Is it a
And
MacBook Air?
also, I don't do any really hard work on here, which is why it is what it is.
Is it a MacBook
I have
Air?
in front of me, drumroll please, an M2 MacBook Air, the base model.
Dude,
The one
yeah.
that is terrible and sucks and no one should buy?
But it's good for doing Word and emails. And then my editor, he is on a Mac
have
Studio.
this one? This one, right?
Mine's the midnight color, so it looks bad all the time. I can see so much dust on it.
But it's this one. This is what I use all the time, dude. I fucking love this thing.
It's fine.
What? It's fine.
And then, yeah, they could
You're
have done
using
better.
it.
Well, yeah, but because I
Every
own
day.
it, but not because I would change it. And then at home, when I actually want to use a laptop, I'm using the 14-inch MacBook Pro because that's the correct answer to what MacBook should I buy.
No,
The
it's
base model
16-inch.
14-inch MacBook Pro is the best value computer Apple has ever made. You can get one today for like $1,500, and you would have to be nuts to buy any other computer that Apple sells. It is the best value computer ever made.
A 16-inch is better.
No.
Better, bigger battery,
Quinn, sometimes Sam is just wrong, and we just have to
bigger
accept it.
screen for editing.
Do you enjoy
you like,
eating dinner off of it? Off of your lunch tray?
Are you gonna buy the 14-inch, 16-inch iPad when it comes out?
Of course.
No. I'm using the 13, and I like it as like because I pretty much leave it in the Magic Keyboard all the time, and I like that. But when I'm actually using it as an iPad without a keyboard attached, I'm like, this is
it
stupidly
sucks.
big.
Yeah, it's too big.
I agree.
That's why the iPad Mini is great.
No, that's too small.
No, Sam, it's the perfect size.
I think that,
do you like
I
having
think
an
the
editor,
11-inch
Quinn?
iPad's the way to go. Yeah. Mostly because I hate editing. It's the part where you maybe express the most creativity, but the only creativity I express when editing is rage. I edited my most recent video, but that was probably the first video I've edited in like 8 months.
Do you write your own videos, right?
Yeah, I write everything. That's what takes the most.
That's
work.
what I
And
just changed. I have a
script
writer
every
now.
video word for
Yeah.
word, and that takes a while. Yeah.
I Front Page Tech is scripted word for word too. Every pause, every breath, everything. But I'm not the writer anymore. I now have a new writer for the show.
See, that's a smart thing. That's my next hire, but
That's
it
so
turns out
freeing.
it's really hard to find someone that speaks like you and writes like you and thinks
Yeah.
like you and is as smart as you. I'm so smart. So
Sam will do it.
I write faster. I'm smarter, and I have a Tesla.
Okay, but
Elon
are you a
2024.
writer for Vox Media? Because I am, and I don't think you are.
I was a writer for a now defunct appletrack.com.
Oh, okay.
My degree is in communications.
Hey, that's good. So you're kind of using it. Mine was in business management. I kind of used
Look
that.
at this. Wait, hold on. Look at this. Hold on, I gotta cover my real name.
I'll just censor it if I remember. Why is it on the floor, my guy?
Also,
It's
did
not
you
on
say diploma? Because it's a degree when you graduate from college.
It's
He said degree, I think.
I don't know what this might just be a gift card for all I know. It might be a really big gift card.
Bradley University.
Yeah, dude. They're probably gonna
Sounds-
clip that and be like, Quinn Nelson
Sounds nice.
endorses Bradley.
I don't know. I don't know where that is. Sounds good though.
It's in Peoria. It's pretty mid. Peoria, Illinois. You don't know Peoria, Illinois?
I was able to rep my school for the first time in a long time with pride. Someone on Twitter, when I was making fun of Elon, was like, yeah, like you ever used your college degree? And I'm like, actually, it's in business. I use it every day.
Actually.
And then someone else was like, so what? You didn't even graduate from a top 100 university. I'm like, actually, 42.
Actually.
Suck it.
Hey, John, where's your degree from?
I gotta go.
But he buys the most expensive milk, so
Yeah.
he's the winner in the end.
Get fucked, Sam. Thanks for watching. Thanks for
I'll just get
listening.
my
Wait.
water.
Turn the music off. Hurry. Turn it off. Okay, thank you. Quinn, thank you for coming on the show. I just want to say thank you before we get off. We just kind
Thanks
of...
for having me. Sorry we didn't really talk about
Sorry.
anything in particular.
No, it was great. There's no news.
That's
We're in a drought, and you're saving
That's
us.
not true. There was so much news.
Oh, karaoke on the
Karaoke's
thing!
not news.
Karaoke will never be news, Sam.
John Bronz's video tomorrow is going to be iPhone 16 has a built-in new mic. Crazy mic.
And guess
it's gonna
what,
be him
my
going like
guy?
this.
Guess what, buddy? People are going
It's
to
going to
watch
be him going
it.
like this. That's going to be you with the YouTube thumbnail.
It's also
Oh,
going to be
wait.
me with 4 times the views that you get, so get fucked.
When you upload, have you uploaded in the past week or two? No, you don't. What do you do? Why don't we tell the people?
I think we should hit the music and leave now.
You're lucky. You're lucky.
Thank you, Quinn, for
You don't want to
coming
see
back
me.
on the
You
show,
don't want to
our
see me
favorite
mad.
guest.
Oh, sorry. Thank you, Quinn. This was really fun.
Why didn't
And
you hit the
although we
music?
disagreed on quite a lot, you're still on Twitter, so I'll be your friend.
We didn't really disagree. You just didn't have the right take.
Yeah, you're just wrong. That's the only thing.
And you rep the Genius Bomber, and you were really funny with it, so thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Dad ass
That's-
though was thickety thick.
That was really creative, and I just know you're way better than Greg's gadgets.
Snazzy Labs,
Yeah,
everybody.
Greg
it's
Johnson.
Greg's Macintosh, I think.
Greg's
Greg's
Macintosh.
Macintosh. Okay, thank you for
Just
coming. Quit snazzylabs.com, right?
Doodles, yeah. No one
Wanna
like
plug
goes
anything?
there because that's just like a hey, we make good videos. Give us money. So
He's
you want to
soon
go
to
to
own Apple Track,
youtube.com/snazzy.
YouTube.com/snazzy. It's a great website you have, though.
Oh, thanks. I was kind of the first. I was a trailblazer. I was like, the websites are a waste of time. I'm not doing this. And then you two suckers are still doing it. Well, Sam's discovered the light.
I've
Although
gotten out
Sam's
of that.
website actually it makes sense. And also,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry I'm making money with mine. Don't know what to tell you people.
Apple Track 3, huh? 3.0.
Well, it's more going to be. It's not. Don't get too excited.
It's not what you think it is.
Don't get. Yeah, it's not what you.
is it
think
going to be the leak tracker and then a link to your YouTube channel?
Less.
half of that?
Oh,
is
right.
correct.
Because the leak tracker you're
It's being
selling
sold.
to
It's
me.
being acquired by Front Page Tech.
Yeah.
No, I just want to. I don't want to be
Nope, I'm
associated with
licensing
it.
Yeah,
You're buying my
Oh, you'll
Rivian.
license it.
You're selling your Model S, which you don't like. You already said that.
It's fine. No, I like it.
You said it's
fine.
mid,
It's fast.
and-
it's fast.
it's fast. It's so fast. The panels that are not.
John, when you come here,
Mhm.
you're gonna be that Tesla button is you're gonna be Apple paying a Tesla so fast.
Yeah, that's what you think. Cars are just tools, dude. I just get me to Walmart. That's all I need. Thank you very much. Let me pay. Get me to the place where I pay $70 for my milk. Okay,
Wrong
can we hit
button.
the music, please?
Oh, we gotta end on a happy note. Everybody, it's Quinn Nelson.
Quinn, yay! Please hit the music. so I can go pee.
Oh, I gotta do that.
I'll see you in VR, Quinn. Feel free to join us in VR ping pong after this.
It's ping pong.
Okay. Yeah. I like ping pong.
It's
Can
ping
you do
pong.
3-player ping pong?
You got to turn the
Okay,
music up. It's
yeah,
not
this
enough.
is the end of the show. Everybody enjoy your Genius Bombers. They're in the mail. New merch drop very, very soon next week.
Okay, bye. Way to just throw that in there, huh? Thanks for listening. I'm leaving now. We did it.
Hey, John, we got to do the ads still.
Oh no, my
Wait,
camera died.
Wait, you have a battery in your What?
No.
Bro, we got to do the ads. We can't do the ads with you looking like that.